Yeah, right? Yo, Shay, what's the average skill check to, like, search the area for errant pussy?
Oh no.
So I thought I saw one in the bushes over there.
Prefer mine aerosolized.
No, shut up. You can't hit me with errant pussy followed up immediately by aerosolized pussy. That's so... Stop it. Stop. This is bad.
Oh my
You're
God.
bad.
Should've
I'm gonna
started
start
with,
instituting the fucking naughty list.
Should have started with Aardvark pussy, just going alphabetical order, huh?
Who is getting after me for my sense of humor?
I need to start implementing a game mechanic that if things go a little bit too off the rails, that whoever is causing it, like, you have to roll on a table of, like, bad things happening to you.
Bad luck rolls.
Yeah.
would
Yeah,
take a sanity
I
loss for
rolled
some
like
of my
shit
jokes.
because a higher power wouldn't shut the fuck up about pussy.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, it works for me, too. If I'm the one doing it, then I have to roll on the naughty bullshit table.
Oh my God.
We
are so fucking dumb.
The zipper thing is
Yes,
team out
we
for
are.
stream, right?
We are not talking about the zipper thing.
Okay, moving past it.
People in chat, people watching this on YouTube when it goes on YouTube, don't ask about the zipper thing. We're not going to talk about it.
Is this about to be the deep lore?
Is this? Yeah, this is going to be the deep lore.
Yeah, a couple years down, still doing the show. Like, y'all ever figure out what the zipper issue thing was? Like, no.
Yeah, we're gonna be in like a year or two of doing this show. We're gonna have like a side show onto it that's just us on a couch talking about it, every week before we do episodes, for some reason, and then like we're just gonna get like. We're just gonna... the whole premise of the show is gonna be, like, answering random questions, right? Because that's the Critical Role thing. And we're gonna get people being like, what's the zipper thing? And we're gonna be like, fuck, we can't...
It's an exotic hand weapon under
We can't ever tell... And then it's gonna go on for so long that we forget what the zipper thing is.
If you want the deep scoop early though, hit me up on Twitter.
You should work it into the plot. It could be part of the global conspiracy.
I swear to God, if you make me fight a zipper monster, I'm gonna hurt you.
Alright, moving on. We're too
Alright, moving on.
That was the wrong time to take a sip of tea, me. Oh.
I love that I can have the worst
you
time
guys.
in
The
world.
reason you guys don't have advertised, you're not advertised friendly. Have you heard your own shit? Yeah, we're fucking hilarious. Give me money.
Zipper monster. It literally just looks like entered from FNAF, but it's made of
Mr.
zippers.
Company Person Man
Shut
who gives
up!
us advertiser money. We are delightful.
I
Nice
don't
white
know.
pair of Levi's.
That's
funny
how
as
I
fuck.
am
I don't know
whenever
what you're talking
someone's like, yeah, that's how I am whenever someone's like, oh, you're so fucking annoying. It's like, dude, I'm fucking awesome. Just because you have terrible taste in humor doesn't mean it isn't my problem.
The
Yeah,
funny
I'm
thing
hilarious.
is,
What's wrong with you?
the funny thing is that when I originally came up with the idea for doing this, we talked to some people at a con, because we all went to the same, like, hey, do you want to do an actual play show? Here's how you do it, panel. And the way I kept describing what we wanted to do was just like, imagine D&D played by like the rowdy people that sit in the corner booth of your favorite restaurant.
Fuck yeah.
Mouthful of pasta, my bad.
The people who are a little bit too comfortable with their situation. Anyways, we have to start. We have to, like, eventually start, right?
I mean, technically.
Technically, we have to start this show. I have the creepy music playing and everything.
Yeah, you're the showrunner. We could do this for 4 more hours if you want.
I'm fine with not.
So, you know, if you were ever gonna get a group of motherfuckers together, we could just say dumb shit for 4 hours. It'd be us. But yeah, let's
Yeah.
start.
We'll do that when we start doing a podcast about this show. How about that? I think that's the better. Anywho. Oh man. So, yep. Welcome back to us trying to play tabletop games while we also become the most inappropriate version of ourselves that we could possibly be to the audience of everybody, including bots in chat who keep wanting to
Yeah,
sell
bots
us
in
fake
chat.
viewer. I
just-
see you
I
there,
appreciate
you
how hard-
bastard.
I just appreciate how hard they work. You know?
They work so hard to scam people out of their
I
money.
know it's a thankless job, really.
Yeah, it's I think the government of India should give these people a stipend for the work that they... Anyways, we're playing Delta Green, a horror game. My favorite game system to run. And
Yeah.
we are...
Good go, Grace. That's not funny. Pretend to be a bot. I almost blocked you on reflex. Next time I'm just gonna do it.
expensive
No.
viewers on Twitch.com.
That is very funny. Do it again. Keep
No.
him on his toes.
No.
It wouldn't have been funny if I blocked him on accident, you know, because like it was hella close. Like I remembered the name. Like
Sasha came in like that one movie. Oh God, what's the name of the movie that has Brad Pitt and George Clooney as like they think they're spies because they found something on a CD or something?
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
No, but what? No. but it's that really funny scene where like Brad Pitt breaks into George Clooney's house and then like he gets caught. So Brad Pitt tries to be like, hey, and like put on a smile and try to explain why George Clooney just found him in his closet, and he gets fucking destroyed in the face. Like he just immediately gets shot. I swear to fuck. I need to add a soundboard to this fucking shit just so I can shoot you in stream.
Doom 3 starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
That's the one.
And Carl Urban.
Yes. I love
Okay.
I love the point where George Clooney looked into the camera and then yelled Semper Fi, long pause, motherfucker.
I appreciate the part where he looked in the screen and he said, "It's time to doom."
It's time to doom.
Shut the fuck up. God damn it.
I'll use that as a segue. It's time to Delta Green. Stop this fucking map.
I did have one more dumb thing to say.
Okay, say your one more dumb thing and we'll make it the last
My
one.
favorite part of Godzilla 2000 was when Godzilla said Godzilla in the year 2000 while he was humping the Empire State Building. I'm sorry, start the show.
You made it snort!
Property value is going crazy. All right,
You
start-
made base property on stream. How dare you?
That was
Mate-
so fucking dumb. Holy
Vase,
fuck.
how you gonna let your social credit score go down like that, like in real time?
I don't have social credit score.
Not anymore, you don't.
You could say base is dooming right now.
John Cena looming over Vase wasn't very being chilling of you.
Oh no.
Hmm.
We've been here for 10 fucking minutes.
I just wasn't expecting him to say that. Oh my
This
god.
is just gonna be the tradition. The start of the show isn't when I begin, it's when I wrangle you all like a herd of wet cats.
Babe, you
I
gotta
was
keep your emotional walls up,
very
dog.
quiet this whole time. I was being good. Don't
Yes, yes, you're a good girl.
Mentions of Godzilla strike deep at the heart of all mankind. You gotta keep your walls up, dog.
Anyways,
continue, please.
when last we were playing this game. So, for Delta Green, our story began in New York City, where the soon-to-be members of Delta Green had their first taste of the paranormal. These people came from different walks of life and have been selected to join for their own reasons. Now, having survived their first encounter, they've proven themselves capable, and they've secured a future for the reactivated Delta Green. We continue our story somewhere over East Tennessee, in mid-route of a helicopter ride, on their way to their new home. Here they will learn more about the organization they have just been voluntold to join, and their role within it. They will be briefed, trained, and sent on their first mission. But, to begin, we focus in on the helicopter. All of you have been riding in this thing for several hours now, and it is a repurposed military aircraft, so there has been little consideration to your personal comfort. It is a very jostly ride. Heaven help you if you've been able to manage some sleep on this. But after all the shit that you've been through, I wouldn't doubt it if you were able. Slowly, as you have gone throughout the day, and it has taken most of the day to do this flight, you have seen the sun change position in the sky, you have seen the landscape of the area that you were flying over change many times, but now it has become mountainous and full of forests. As you cross over into Tennessee state lines, you all have those like headset things on you. You know, those things that you wear on those particular types of flights, so that you can be talked to while flying. For one of you, it keys up, and the voice of your handler says into your ear, Maxwell, "So, what'd I tell you? Somebody did beat you to it." Referring to the encounter that you had had previously.
Oh. So I'm gonna be specifically sorry.
Yes.
I did not. Yeah, I forgot my character's name. I apologize.
Fantastic.
I'm tired. Okay.
Yeah, everybody's so sleepy.
Credit score deducted.
I didn't get to sleep until noon today, so. Anyways, yeah. Kind of sloppy work though.
What makes you say that, Doc?
Well, it was this giant monster in the sewer, screaming in agony. Those are not like. It's kind of defeats the purpose.
Well, if I remember correctly, you didn't fare too much better on your attempt.
It looked a lot nicer. The stitching, immaculate.
And if I remember correctly, it also required some dabbling in the occult.
Yeah. All kinds of science. Some science is recognized, some science isn't.
Well, I was hoping to maybe dissuade you from your current course of action with an example. But I still need your expertise.
Like, thousands of people have made terrible medical decisions prior to it being solved. We didn't stop attempting surgery because trepanning was popular.
Oh god, you just reminded me of that. Ugh.
Well, what?
You were... No, this is out of character. You just reminded me of the fucking trepanning. Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
What an awful, awful practice.
You have a headache? It's clearly a demon. Here, let me drill a hole into your skull. You died. Must have been the demon. Next.
Yeah, let me just get that brain out of there for you.
That was a real thing. Oh god.
Clearly, you have a lot
Yeah,
of
no.
pressure. She pauses for a moment. You can see her far off on the other side of the cabin. Whatever you say, Doctor. And then, clicks off her radio and goes to mill about in the cockpit of the helicopter. Unless there is anything that you would like to do between now and landing, we can get to that point.
Say my character would more than likely just be trying as hard as he could to stay asleep as he could on the whole trip.
Is anyone else's ass still asleep? Is that normal?
What?
My ass
I'm
is
just-
just grabbing the fucking seat, holding on
I'm
for
just-
dear life, not saying anything.
Do we really subject our soldiers to this? This is terrible. Where's all that money go for the military?
Not to comfort, man. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Some lower back rest, some lumbar support, that'd be amazing. They'd do wonders.
Out of character, I'd be surprised if this thing wasn't literally like held together with duct tape. You should be able to see duct tape where we're sitting.
if you're not getting dripped on, it doesn't have any fluids in it.
Right.
Oh man,
That's all I got. I got nothing.
it's not a proper
but-
Chinook unless it's drippy on you.
Oh, we're on a Chinook. God, we're dead.
Trillions of dollars,
You're dead?
military. Trillions of dollars in military budget, and they couldn't even get lumbar support. This is insane.
Can we just like cycle through helicopters until we find one that you like?
All right.
You're not going to.
What
You
if this was a Black Hawk? How do you feel about that?
When you join the U.S. military, you give up your right to lumbar.
No lumbar for you. Give.
But you trade out lumbar support for military support. That's what you're getting. That's the trade-off that no one talks
Oof.
about.
Military support.
Ooh.
Artillery support.
That's better.
Mm,
Anyways, yeah, no, I don't want to do anything on this flight. I'm good.
okay. Alrighty. So, after a little bit of goofiness and the private conversation between Geist and Maxwell, you look out the windows of the helicopter that you are in, and you see a small town very close, as you notice that the helicopter is slowing and very gently making a descent. You look over the town, it's very small town USA-esque. It kind of looks like Mayberry, but like partially abandoned. You notice a few amenities. It's got its own hospital. There's a major like government/courthouse building in the center. You see homes. You see people milling about. And then that very rapidly disappears as you go into more trees, and then through a few mountains, a voice comes over the radio on all of your headsets and says that you will be landing in about 1 minute, and in about 1 minute you do. And you look outside and you see a small ad hoc landing strip, which is basically like that white stuff that they use for high school football fields, but just used to make a circle with an H on it. Just basically in the grass of this plateaued area on the side of a mountain. You see several structures. One of them is a big 2-story L shape. The other one is a slightly larger 2-story rectangle, and something of a warehouse structure, all of which are surrounded by a vast amount of fencing that disappears when it reaches the side of the rocky mountain cliff face itself. All of these buildings look very prefabricated. I mean, like, fucking sheet metal and, like, rapid fabrication type thing. Especially the warehouse, which is just literally bare minimum. You land, Geist goes and is talking with the air crew of the helicopter. You all are thankful to stretch your legs and not be in the air anymore. And a very tall woman with almost as tall length hair approaches all of you, and she's holding a clipboard. She, if I can find the description of her real quick. Like I said, long black hair, definitely over 6 inches in height, with a very slender build and modest business-like clothing. Approaches all of you, but goes directly to Geist. They exchange a few words before she then walks over to all of you huddled around, and I haven't really figured out a voice for her, so I apologize. But definitely over 6 inches. Did I say inches instead of feet?
Yeah.
Oh
did,
no.
Well, she is definitely over 6 inches tall.
It's the
I'm
only
proud of
president can't.
I'm proud of all of you. You didn't immediately jump on that.
Your little transition's been going very well.
Jeez.
I was just happy that there was someone
Good for
shorter
her.
than me in the campaign now.
No, she's definitely over 6 feet tall, with a very studious look. Exchanges a few words with Geist, and then she comes over to you, and basically to the first person, she very shyly and enthusiastically presents a hand and says, "Hello, you must be the what was that? Field team. Yeah, you guys are the new field team, right?"
Yes, we are. Nice to meet you. I offer my hand in return, assuming I'm not carrying a whole bunch of shit for a handshake.
You know, we absolutely just made some kind of crazy preppers day in that small town American town we just flew over with this chopper. Everything they believe is now true to them. This is going to be hilarious.
That's in character, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that. She said that you guys were good. Yeah, no, we actually do have a cover for this location. It's kind of involved, actually, but, long story short, it's something about a biotechnical company. We're officially saying to the town that this is, repurposing old Cold War, base structures and technology in order to research into alternative energy sources to combat climate change. But that's obviously not what we're doing.
A biotech company using abandoned nuclear facilities to try to fight climate change?
We must be very popular with the locals. They must be like, yeah, those are some good people.
Yeah, how many four-wheelers do you have to fight off a day?
We had a few curious people. I think the security staff did something about it. The fencing
Listen, all I'm
helps.
saying is you are literally justifying every crazy right-wing conspiracy theory I've ever heard in a bar.
Out of character, what state was this in again? You said it was was it
This
Carolina or
is-
Colorado?
This is Eastern Tennessee.
Tennessee. All right, fuck my
You
bad.
were
All right.
so off.
Oh,
You were so
just thought-
off. Well,
I
not
just
with the
thought about
Carolinas,
it.
but...
Now that we're all in this, now I do have a question, genuine question.
Mm-hmm. Is this in character? Out
Is the
character?
Earth round? In character, is the Earth round?
Has been its entire lifetime. Yeah.
This shit
Someone owes
better
me
be round.
$5.
So the
Should've
Earth
thrown.
is alive.
Remains to be seen. I don't think I can actually access the documents pertaining to Gaia theory.
Gaia theory, Jesus Christ.
Need to know basis, eh?
Man,
Guess.
you're wonderful. I just hate the words that came out of your mouth.
My character shrugs.
Have a tendency to do that, and she
That had
sort
nothing
of
to
like
do with you.
retreats inwardly and like lightly. She doesn't blush, but she has like this like flustered look on her face of like, oh no, I did it again.
No, it was absolutely nothing that you said. It's just the fact that that's a thing.
So anyways, while Miss Geist handles the offloading of the things from your first investigation, I'm supposed to show you around. And it seemed fitting to do that, cause sorry. Which one do I tell you first? Oh, it doesn't matter. I don't really care about my family back home. You can call me, my name's Catherine. You can call me Cat. Official designation to use on the Hush Hush is, Dispatch. I am head of communications and intelligence, and I will be your direct liaison when you are in the field. So those fancy little burners that you are going to be given, they will go directly to me.
Sorry, is that cat with a K or a C?
See? Just
Okay.
like it's always spelled.
You would think, but the English is the abomination of the human tongue.
You play too many video games, kid.
She's something to explain to you. I can't really pull it off right now because my voice is fucking shot. But imagine that she is talking in a light Scottish accent that she is desperately trying to pummel into submission into a little bit more of an English accent. just a general broad from the UK. Doesn't really have any spice to it type accent.
Anyone who says English is the worst language ever has not had to deal with Latin.
I'm not fighting you over this.
I don't know, man. Canadian's right there. It's not the best language.
It's just it's another version of English. The main point stains.
Like so.
Basically wrong at every point, but okay.
Dalmatian's just another kind of wolf. What you mean?
Listen, you're about the human body, not the human language. Know your place.
Shape the game.
So, anyways, while we're doing this, may I show you around the facilities?
Yes, you may, Cat.
Nice.
Lead the way.
She leads you walking away. It's kind of unnerving because she doesn't take really big strides despite her height, and with the long skirt that she's wearing, it doesn't look like she's walking around as much as she's just sort of gliding, which is a little off-putting. But her somewhat bubbly nature is making up for it. She takes you around, she points to the warehouse further towards the mountain, and explains that it is obviously a warehouse. Standing in the middle of all these structures, you do see a small rancher home, also kind of modular, but the only thing that actually looks like a building around here. She points to and says, "That's where our security staff is all at. Which one of you is Martin, Mr. Sherrill?"
That's me.
Yeah, I was told that you might have an interest with talking to the security staff, at least on a professional basis. They are rotating out. I believe that you met a couple of them already. The head of security and his wife, who piloted you over to here. But I think the other one is patrolling the fence line, and then there are another one in the communications hut on top of the mountain. We're not walking all the way up there, thank God.
Thanks for the information. I'll make sure to meet up with them at some point.
Yes, that is where they live. They rotate out. It's very homey in there. Although it also smells like sweat.
Out of character, but I'm not going to mention the fact that I almost shot the head of security in the fucking face.
Wait, now why did you almost shoot the head of security in the face?
Oh wait, oh no, I'm thinking of different people, I think.
Yeah, you're thinking of different people.
Oh shoot, never mind.
Yeah,
I almost shot someone in the face.
the two people that she's talking about, the pilot, the woman, and the assistant to her, those are the two people that she's talking about. So the people who flew you here.
Okay.
The crew chief for that flight was the head of security. She didn't give you a name. And then the woman who flew you is the pilot for the facility. And also, coincidentally, that guy's significant other.
Oh.
So there you go.
Okay.
Walking around even more, she takes you to the large L-shaped building. You go in, and on the ground floor, there is a big communal kitchen with a couple of tables, and then you look to your left down a hallway, and it almost looks like college dorms. She begins to explain, this is temporary housing before facilities get back online. We are working with a decommissioned World War II to Cold War bunker, the kind of place that the US government was going to hide to in case the world ended. So, there's a lot of things we have to fix, and it's taking time. So for now, just so we can operate while we are within our mandate, we are living here. In fact, I have a room somewhere around here. Anyways, yes, we will be sharing this with all the rest of the staff, except for Geist, who lives in operations. When... Oh, yeah?
Sorry, I kind of raised my hand a little bit. My whole thing is more tech and computers. I'm probably taking a long shot here, but is this place connected to the internet at all?
Oh, yes. Of course, your access to the internet and what you do on it will be strictly monitored.
Obviously.
Yes.
Oh no.
Don't worry, we're not going to be weird about anything that you look up. Just
You're already weird. You're already weird about it. Your entire existence is weird.
I'm sorry.
You're not. You're nice. It's just what everyone else does. I apologize, Kat. It has been a stressful couple of years.
I can
Don't
imagine.
listen to him,
but
Cat. He's young and sweaty. You were saying?
Oh
You're
no,
sweaty.
I know why it's all weird. I have access to all of your declassified files.
Oh,
I think that
One
was
of us
one of the
we got
things I wasn't
classified
supposed to
files.
say.
You have all that, but you couldn't erase my student. You know what? Never mind. Send your department.
Anyway, and she starts walking upstairs. Within here, there's also a communal area for all of you, and you notice that all of these places are like weirdly empty right now. As you're going around, I guess since there are not many people here, you will have pick of whatever rooms that you want, but they're all pretty much the same, I've been assured. I think there's some sort of deal that most of the housing is paid for through the funding that we get, but any particular things that you want will be deducted from your personal allowance. Everybody gets paid for the work that they do, so you can totally spend that money to do whatever you want with your small little rectangles that all of us get.
Random question. I'm sorry. I apologize because I keep interrupting you, but it's just over the past month I just really thought about it. Now that my life's kind of coming together, that's a whole other thing. I'm not gonna info it up on you. Anyway,
yeah, I
do you
know
guys have,
about
like a family school program where like me working here can help my children get into a better school funding wise? Is that like is that a thing we can do?
If I remember correctly, these things were stipulated with your agreement with Geist.
In my defense, I was a little drunk when that all happened, but all right.
You have children.
That sounds like her.
Yes. Is that weird?
That surprises me. I didn't think you knew about
that yeah, I'm surprised too.
Why does everyone react like that?
Well, for one, you seem kind of young, but also.
Oh,
mm,
no, I'm in my 40s. I think. let me double check on my sheet before I say that for sure.
It's like, what did I do? What did I make him?
I know I'm older.
Yeah. And that's kind of the answer to the other question. I'm in
Yeah,
my
I'm 40.
40s.
I'm in my
I
40s.
think. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in my 40s. Yeah, that's good. I mean,
Leaving
you're saying I look
aside-
young because thank you.
No.
okay,
Leaving aside Benjamin
Fuck
Button
you
over
too.
here,
All right.
where is everyone? Is there a pizza party we're missing, or are we the first people part of this particular group?
Most of the staff right now is working on getting things set up in the operations building. Nobody's really taking time to lounge right now, and also most of the personnel have not arrived yet.
Fair enough. And the staff getting stuff ready, they are not field staff.
No, most certainly not. They're more my kind of staff, people who will be assisting you while you're in the field. In fact, that is an excellent segue, and she takes you all very quickly to the other building. She's going like, quickly. Walks in. Immediately when you get in, you see a bunch of office space. Think like cubicles, but not so depressingly laid out to where they're all kind of isolated. It's more like you can tell that there are groups of people settled into like, how do I explain this? It's not like cubicles, it's like everybody is assorted into different groups, if that makes any sense. So it's more like the large room that has this office space has been sectioned off into like everybody gets this corner, and then another group of people get this corner, and yeah, etc., etc. She explains to all of you, this is going to be where most of the communication happens. This will be explained and a briefing, but we are more of a considerate, quick reaction force to strange happenings within the continental United States and parts of North America. So we're definitely going to have to be communicating with a bunch of other parts of the organization and doing some on-the-fly research into whatever you will have to do. In fact, and she points down past a lot of these offices to a series of double doors. That is a large lab space. That will be of interest to Mr. Maxwell and Mr. Tillman. That is going to also be an assistance to you when you are out in the field. We will have our very talented and skilled research and support staff here. If you come into anything while in the field, we could attempt to look into the anomalies that they present remotely, see if we can recreate some of the conditions, and give you any information that we can find out about what you are seeing in the moment without all of us actually having to be there. It's very theoretical how all of this will work. This isn't typically how field work has been done in the organization, but that's kind of the entire point of what we're trying to do here. So hopefully it will be useful. And she seems... She says this smiling, but she seems kind of unsure about the whole thing.
Sounds unsure. I'll say, this is excellent compared to what I thought we'd be dealing with. I grabbed as much portable supplies as I could for my loadout, but nothing replaces a good lab.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and certainly if you bring anything back, we can test it in here. Now, we don't exactly have the lab space and research space of a regular site, but this can allow us to conduct some rudimentary testing until containment procedures for whatever you bring back can be put into place, and we can properly contain it somewhere else. We're kind of the middleman, so to speak, between discovery and containment.
If it's up to me, we never have to contain anything larger than a kitten.
Hopefully.
Is that the primary goal of our activities? The containment?
Yes. Containment and study.
Maintaining a masquerade for the general public.
That's the idea. Trust me, we know so many things that the general public shouldn't know about. I mean, goodness, we're so stupid. We just can't let
back
people
at
know
base, I
about
saw
all
an
this stuff.
Engage.
A what?
Don't worry about it.
Anyways, also upstairs is communications. That's going to be my particular wheelhouse, and she takes you up there. You see something that is kind of similarly arranged, but it is large radio sets of equipment that look to be tied both into, like, landline phones and regular telephones. It's like I'm trying to figure out how to explain this, but imagine computer systems that are basically built to routing communications. But Shiro, looking around, you notice that they have a few other things that are for, like, sat phones and satellite communications and everything else. But those have all been turned off. But they are at each station. But she's walking around, she's explaining, here you will be talking directly to me, but then I can forward all of your inquiries to the right people using what I can only assume will be my staff. And we will get you access to anything you need in the database. We can try to do a little bit of our own research into inquiries that you might have that you won't be able to do or can't be able to do within your time frame in an in-person investigation, or simply if you need support in case things go particularly bad, we can get you some assistance.
Fantastic. Right up my alley.
Yes. I was told that you might also be interested in this. In fact, some of the staff has been here to set things up. Oh, by the way, I should be saying that as you're going through this building, you have seen people at work, but it's more like it kind of almost looks like IT work. People are setting up computer systems, rearranging tables, office space.
They're working on making the
setting up equipment.
workplace workable.
Yeah, pretty much. It kind of looks like everybody's like packing and moving into this location. She points a little ways back. She said, this will also be where we have a series of analysts who will look through the database themselves in case they can find anything that will be pertinent to your current investigations. Whether or not it's related will be, up to your trained eyes to understand. But, any information that we can provide, anything that we can have to help you out. Again, all of this is geared to reacting quickly to crises situations as opposed to the slow, ambling way in which it had been done before through, frankly, incompetent field agents. Things used to be quite heavy-handed, as I understand it. We're hoping to have a little bit of a lighter, more surgical touch to how containment of anomalous subjects, artifacts, areas, etc. Happens in the future. Oh, by the way, down this way is Geist's office. No one is allowed in Geist's office unless you are specifically called there. That's also where she lives, but that's a separate room, only accessed from her office. Unless you feel like taking a sledgehammer to a wall, in which case we will definitely know about it.
I feel like we said noted for very different reasons, Tillman.
What makes you say that? I'm married.
I don't know. I just get that vibe.
That's also surprising.
How so?
Okay, we just had this conversation. And you seem like you're more clever than the other one, so...
Technoplay confirmed.
Oh, damn.
Caitlin takes a very quiet further step backwards from all of you.
Honestly, that's a fair reaction.
Since we've already frightened you a little, Caitlin, I do have to ask, unfortunately, and no shade to you or the organization or anybody else here, how expendable are we exactly? I mean, a bunch of highly trained specialists from different fields all brought on at the same time with we are being compensated on the back end, but I assume one of the outfit's goals is to keep us in the field for as long as possible, right?
Oh, yes. Sorry, I don't mean to imply that you're being thrown to the wolves here. Our unique situation will be covered in a briefing set for tonight. Your flight isn't the only one that's coming in today to bring in some people. Oh, was it tonight or was it tomorrow night? I'm sorry, it was tomorrow night. At any rate...
I figured there'd be more people coming, and I didn't mean to slight you. I just had to check. Every once in a while, I gotta ask my boss what I'm worth,
Yes. And please don't think of me as your boss. Again, she waves her arms. I am dispatch. I am meant to assist you in any way that I can. I'm like a... How do I put this? Combat support secretary was the way Geist put it.
I don't like the word combat there.
Again, I wasn't trying to put it all on you. He's right, by the way. But I just assume we're under surveillance at all times. Anything I say goes to somebody who might consider it,
Well, we're all under a kind of soft surveillance. Don't take it personally. It's happening to all of us. I'm sure there's somebody above Geist who's watching all of her actions.
Well, no, I didn't mean it in a negative way. I meant like in a laughing at the FBI agent as you get a free soda sort of way.
Oh, yes.
I've never heard of a combat secretary.
I have not either. And given my background, I feel like I should have, but that's neither here nor there.
Sounds like something from those weird Japanese cartoons. Don't worry about it. I have kids.
Whatever helps you to rationalize all of this. It is a lot to take in. I was told that this is probably a lot to take in. But that is everything. Do you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything that I can help you with to get you settled in? Like I said, everybody else will be coming in later today, into tonight, and tomorrow morning. We will be having an all-hands meeting tomorrow night or afternoon, whenever is at the earliest convenience, and you will all be free to peruse the base until then. It is highly recommended that you don't leave the base, however. It's not to say that you're locked here, it's just it would be nice to keep everybody here. That way we can officially get everything settled, and then when there's free time, I'm sure that we can, go as we please into town, but town is a half an hour away from here. It's very weird, this state. There's a lot of mountains, and there's stuff between stuff.
You're just describing the Midwest.
I guess?
Is Tennessee the Midwest?
No, it's the South. I think.
What I thought.
No, this is eastern coast of the United States. Except we're not on the coast. Tennessee's close to the coast, but it's, you know what I mean.
I don't retract my statement.
I am confused. But is there any concerns of yours?
No.
No.
Is the, at least for my work, is the line connections going to each room, or do I have to come out and plug out my stuff out here with everyone else?
I'm not sure I follow.
For like internet connection, stuff like that. I got my own little work computer here.
Of course, you have yes, you have connections in all of your rooms. There's not exactly going to be a Wi-Fi setup, as I understand it. It's all going to be through a series of cables. I am told it was a pain in the ass setting up all of these buildings.
A security measure, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. All of it is it's
my
it's
room
a
down the
LAN
hall.
connection.
My room down the hall.
In the L building, yes.
Am I good to go?
Sure, I'm not holding you here.
I just started making my way down.
Is he okay?
No.
He's never okay.
Not sure.
Oh,
I'm
thank
still
God, that wasn't
within
just me.
earshot. What is wrong with you guys?
I look at I look at you walking away as I say no.
Much less than what's wrong with you.
We're just being honest, homie.
See, you're cool. I'm just worried about Dr. Dickhead. Fuck. I don't care.
Maybe if you didn't check under every vehicle we got into, we'd have less concerns about you.
Yeah, you didn't check under the helicopter.
God forbid. First of all, yes, I did. God forbid that I care about our safety.
In his defense, there were dogs under 3 of the things he checked under.
The dog's trying to kill you? The fuck?
Does the base have any dogs, by the way?
God damn it.
She kind of thinks for a moment, goes
just
off
turn around,
into
keep
space, and she says, "No, but I certainly hope we can."
He should be good for now then.
Weird to be asking the person named Cat about dogs, but okay, go for it.
I was mainly looking out for the weirdo over there.
Is Jason still within earshot?
No.
Alright.
He's already on the other building.
Dogs don't like him for some reason.
I also forgot to tell you all of this. Considering that we are going to be the liaison around here, it has been suggested that all of you come up with a type of code name for yourselves when used in official communications while you're in the field. I'm not talking about something out of a movie, like super spy type sort of thing. Just a name to refer to yourself by in official communication. Obviously for OPSEC reasons, you can call me anything you want here. Hopefully nice things. but you can call me whatever you want. But over the radio, I am strictly dispatch.
All right.
Just something to think about. You don't have to come up with an answer now. Just before we get started here.
Fair enough.
Would there be anything off limits for a code name?
Never be the guy to ask that.
Well, considering we want to keep communications, the idea is to mask it in such a way as it sounds like official. Your usual cover is going to be as federal agents of some organization or another, so it needs to sound like something that would be said over, say, police radio. So like I said, it's been suggested there are names. You could potentially come up with a call sign as long as it is somewhat appropriate. But, rule of thumb, if you have to ask, she'll probably say no.
Damn. Okay.
So she's gonna shoot down my code name of Over. Darn.
Bruh. You would probably actually be executed by a real military organization for that.
That would be very confusing to deal with. I think I would say no to that one.
God damn it.
Roger, what's your vector, Victor?
Exactly. Wait a minute, he's still here?
Over.
Out of character.
Yeah.
Over, this
I
is
also-
under over.
Gonna krill every shelf in my house.
I also imagine that a terrible code name would just be your actual name too, right?
They'll never see it coming.
What if it's a name that's not my name?
That's the
I
hope.
mean, she said don't use a superhero name, but then she used Dispatch.
We're done. Moving on.
Yeah.
Catch me hanging in my fucking bedroom by a fucking Ethernet cable. I'm done with y'all.
I mean, I was gonna use Gambit as my code name, but
I
like,
just-
you know,
I just start shooing off the rest of them. I'm so sorry. I can't take them anywhere.
Silence was in character, by the way, too.
I love the idea of currently the shortest character in the game and the tallest character in the game finding rapport with each other in this awkward moment.
Gotta stick
Hop in.
together, you know.
All right,
hop into
so
his
then,
backpack and run around like Master Blaster.
yeah, I'll look at the soldier and go, so your code name should be Uppies.
I'm so mad I wasn't there for that. That was so funny.
Do I need to justify that with a response? I just start
Damn it.
reaching for my fucking gun.
Cat looks down at you, has like a thought for a moment, and then very quickly looks away. It's like, I don't think that's appropriate.
Jesus Christ.
can I run an insight check on that thought she had? Never mind.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, roll human intelligence on the thought if you would like.
I roll
On
a
the
healing for that
psychological-
burn.
Say human intelligence. Are these in alphabetical order? It's gonna take me 15 minutes to find it. Oh, here it
They're
is.
in alphabetical order, but they're organized weird. What's your roll? You
Uh,
succeeded. Wait, no,
Nice.
no, that was a failure.
20.
28
I got
is
a
a
10.
failure on a target of 10.
I swear to fucking God.
Hawk's real life firearm into the microphone.
Roll
I'm
for
here to
insight one more goddamn time. I
You
dare you.
mean that was the soundboard, obviously.
I would like to roll for a shooting check. Please.
Roll
Thank you.
initiative.
uh,
Why don't you roll a human intelligence check? See if she was sizing you up and what your score was.
With a 28 and a failure on that type of roll, you can't really read anything off of that, but it is kind of weird that she would have stared at Chiro for what seemed like a little bit too long. So assume from that whatever you will.
Can I roll a survival check?
Sure.
She was thinking like, damn, step ladder's like $35.
Well,
I don't know
you
about
did
that.
fail.
Ah, shit.
We're gonna
that-
need a running lead up.
That's mommy now. Okay, goodbye.
Chiro, you
Damn.
begin to sweat.
Begin? I've been sweating this whole time.
Well, you sweat worse. like a visible heavy sweating.
Oh no.
Ew.
To,
I'm
to
gonna take a
which,
step away from you.
to which you hear a voice from above you, just like, "Are you okay?"
I look up trying to find who it is that said that.
It's
It
Cat.
was Catherine.
Oh, it's Cat. Oh shit. Oh damn. Anyway, I'm gonna go check on those security teams you told me about. And I just scurry off.
Okay.
Watching you sweat from above.
Wait, I thought I told you that nobody's actually in the ranch, and he's gone. He's already gone.
Impulsive.
So, do you three gentlemen have any questions?
If we're done with
I
the
did see
tour, I think
Oh,
I should go
yeah.
familiarize myself with the lab and maybe unpack my stuff. But other than that, everything else pretty straightforward for now.
Yeah, I'll probably go and pack my stuff.
All right.
Was there? Yeah, I do have a quick. I don't remember seeing it near the lab, but was there something specifically for doctors, like a medical facility of some sort, or not?
Say that again.
Medical facility. Was there something, or is it the lab?
The medical facility and the lab are kind of part and parcel. There is an operating theater that also serves as an autopsy theater. There is a generalized lab space, and then there is basically a large refrigerator. Just a really, really massive storage and refrigeration space. If you go around in there and look around, you'll notice that it is half morgue, half cold storage, and then there is another storage that can just be lined wall to wall with pharmaceuticals and testing equipment and other related supplies.
Nope. Okay. Perfect. Then I'm gonna go claim a bunk and.
All right. Tillman, you're going into the lab to set down some stuff of yours, you said?
Oh, I was saying, in general at this part, I don't know if we're actually gonna role play all this immediately, but my character would want to at least semi-familiarize himself with the lab. I was interested to see if there was like medical stuff there too, like Scott said, but you already asked that. And I mean, unpack our personal stuff from the helicopter and put it in my room type shit.
Okay. You do go into the lab space, and you go in to find only a single person working in the lab. It looks like he is testing an autoclave in the corner of the space going towards the operating theater. He is a middle-aged gentleman, a little bit of scruff. He has short-cut brown hair that is graying along the edges, and he is wearing a pair of glasses. He's kind of in like a... How do I describe this? Imagine like business casual wear, but meant for specifically being comfy. He's in like loose-fitting slacks, and like he's got like a comfy indoor jacket and stuff on. And there's like a cup of coffee and then a second empty cup of coffee next to him as he's working on this thing. He looks over to you, and in a heavy German accent, he just asks, "Can I help you?"
Oh yes, I'm with the new field team. I was just familiarizing myself with the lab and the personnel.
Oh, you're Tillman, yes.
Yeah, offer a handshake.
Oh, yes. And he just wipes some things off on his jacket and then shakes your hand.
What do you wipe on this?
Roll a fucking...
Oh no.
It's like about to get shit hand day one.
roll a search check.
Fuck. Alright. These ain't in alphabetical order. Oh wait, yeah they are, but sideways. Okay.
With a success, actually, you see that mostly it was just like cleaning supplies, chemicals,
Damn, I'm
things
really mad
associated
you
with the
fucking got
cleaning.
it. I was about to be like, bro, how you gonna get pink eye from Handshake?
Alright, in the lab, right?
Yeah,
But no,
you're
I
in
just
the
got
lab.
I got Lysol hand. I welcome the Lysol hand.
Yeah, you just you shook hands with the fucking brawny man. That's kind of what he looks like too, except not nearly as buff build. He's kind of got like an average build, but he's talking to you. You can see
We
that
got
there's
this.
a pack of cigarettes in a jacket pocket at his breast. Um,
I see. I feel it. Small Mike, Mr. Clean. I
Mhm.
appreciate it.
and he is a little bit shorter than you are, I believe. What's your character height again?
6'2".
Yeah, you're damn near to level with Cat, who is taller than you. Yes.
Damn.
Sorry. She also wears
Nah, you good.
heels.
I like
Um,
tall chicks.
but yeah, no, this man definitely is like. So, you're the science man field team, yes?
Yeah, science man, Andrew Tillman.
So
Nice to meet you.
there is a medical specialist with you as well, a Dr. Maxwell.
Yeah, he will probably be on his way here soon. We just split up. I'm looking around.
Okay. He takes a cigarette from his pocket and like taps it onto the packaging and begins fumbling with it to light it as he's talking to you. He seems vaguely disinterested, but is professional about the conversation. It's like, so
Good enough
yes,
for me.
this is our illustrious lab space. This is where we will be supporting you and the team. He gets to lighting the cigarette and takes a puff of it before it seems like a thought just enters his mind. He's like, oh, alright, by the way, you can call me Adler. That's the name they have me have. It is the name that we will be using in official communications. I am the head of this lab space. I am the head of the research team here. I am going to be, if you're ever communicating with them, you're communicating with me. So,
Awesome. I was
to
just
get
about
used
to
to
ask.
each other.
I can see you're busy too. Don't mean to be a buzzkill, but if SIGs are allowed in here, have fun. If not, I'm not gonna snitch or anything. But
Well, they are when it's not in use. It's my lab, my rules. Sorry
it's the
to
best
tell
way to
you.
run it. I'm used to working in other people's labs. Smoke's not gonna bother me.
Fair. So, any thing you wanted to know about around here? Anything burning questions?
I know things are still being set up, but I wanted to see if there was a list of supplies we'd be getting. If the lab and medical facilities are going to be combined, I'm assuming when there's going to be facilities to test people's blood and maybe even holding areas for people who may have some kind of illness or reason to be temporarily ill.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to know if maybe we would have pressure chambers for artifacts or organisms that might need them if we find them, or just trying to think of any potential holes we might have in our gear. 'Cause I
Unfortunately,
can
we
only
don't
carry
have.
so much stuff with me.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have anything in the way of artifact containment, but we have. Guys said something about using the warehouse for that if it ever came to it. The operating theater can be used as a quarantine if need be. The doors outside and to it seal up, pressurize, and can be run off of its own oxygen system that I believe has 12 hours of air. I don't remember the specifics, but sufficient to say that room can be airtight if event of an emergency. And considering that it's probably going to be you or Maxwell operating there during an autopsy, I'm sorry to say, but I hope we don't have to seal that room.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
From my experience, if anything goes wrong in the labs, we're fucked anyways. So, nothing personal.
Are you one of the people who had or hadn't heard that in our experience, we don't really have any experience yet?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's not important.
But it's not important, not worth talking about. Unless there's anything else that you need from me, I am going to go get some sleep. I'm tired of working on this shit.
That should be good. It was nice to meet you. Let me go unpack my stuff.
Likewise, sir. And he begins to walk to the door and he goes, oh, one thing of working together. Now I know what you're thinking. Very funny, clandestine organization, head of research is German, don't appreciate Nazi jokes. So before you have any ideas about doing something like that, stop you right there. But that's about it. And then he walks back out.
I'm so fucking mad. You called me out from when I wasn't even in the room.
It's like Tillman is taken aback, but nods. It's like, yeah, man. Like
He has not like stuck around for a response. He just dipped.
Yeah, neither me nor my character had even considered. Like, I heard the German accent, but I was thinking more like the guy from Django. Like,
Oof. Yeah, no, that's actually
I
a good
was-
way to think. Yeah, imagine that guy, but a little bit younger, shorter hair and no like prominent facial hair. It's literally just I forgot to shave for a few days.
yeah,
type
I'm over here thinking
face.
about sideburns, and he was like, "Don't call me a Nazi." I'm like, oh shit.
That's late.
You don't need to roll a human intelligence check for that. You get a sense that like people have made that joke before, and he is somewhat sensitive to it.
Yeah, I bet. All right, so I'm good on my part.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything?
I found a place to crash and then have it like actually sleep, since apparently the ride over here was awful.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. My character's passed it the fuck out.
What do our rooms look like?
Each of your rooms are very Spartan. Like I said, all of this, for those of you that have won, which I think might be all of your characters, they kind of look like college dorms. You know, they're kind of purposefully bare. Like they're kind of meant for all of you to add your own little things to them. They're not small rooms. Like they're not cramped. There's enough for, you know, a full-size bed for all of you. And I don't mean like full as in like they're essentially almost like 2 people beds in each of these rooms.
Yeah, full size is one size below queen, right?
It's we'll just say that, like, yeah, that type of bed. There's enough room for bed, nightstand type thing, which has some drawers to it. There is a dresser in each of the rooms, and what looks to be a table by the Ethernet. The rooms themselves, just because of how many are packed in here, they have closet space, but it alternates where they are on the on the wall, because the closets are the space between each of the rooms. So, like, if you're imagining how this room would be, like, imagine 2 rooms next to each other, and there is a small, like, Tetris line piece between the 2 of you. You would be, like, saving a half of that space each for a closet that is connected to your individual rooms, if that gives you an indication on what this looks like.
So it's rooms with a shared common area, basically.
No, they don't have a shared
Never mind. Sorry. Continue. I don't want to like get
No. This, they're rectangles, and in the space between these rectangles, one room might have the lower part of it as their closet, and then the one next to it will use the empty space to have its closet be above that. If that makes any sense.
Okay.
Like I'll draw it out if need be. But
I kind of get the idea. Yeah.
You know what I mean. College dorm rooms, closets. They're economic with the space.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. And as has been suggested, once you all claim a room, and these are temporary until, you know, like, proper base facilities within the mountain have been brought back online and repaired, you can do whatever you want with these rooms as long as you don't trash them.
Got it. Okay.
Keller.
No response.
It's like, I'm not even gonna dignify this. So yes, anything going on between all of you?
I've crashed at this point too.
That makes perfect sense.
How much
Yeah.
sleep did my character manage to get on the helicopter?
How much sleep did he manage to get?
I mean, he would have been trying to sleep the whole time. Like, whenever I get on a flight in real life, like, I can force myself to, like, I can black out on command. And, like,
Is
if I
Tillman
wake up
like that?
mid-flight, I just go back to sleep. Like, yeah, real shit.
If Tillman's like that, then yeah, maybe he fell asleep. It's been a stressful day. You shotgunned a monster.
Shit, I'm watching TV, but making sure I do still get 8 hours of sleep before we
Oh
leave the
yeah,
gaming
that
room.
was another thing. TV. Each of them has their own like TV. Not a computer. That you have to supply yourself somehow.
Alright.
Excuse me, I'm burpy for some reason.
Yeah, I'll fuck around, watch TV, do some light exercise until like it's time to go to bed, but like still get 8 hours in, you know.
Alright. Yeah, no, everybody feel free to volunteer whatever you're doing in the time between now and that briefing that was talked about.
I'm sure eventually at some point I wake up and then just like start trying to access the database to see how many of the like if Mothman's real.
You try to access the Delta Green intranet, and you do not yet have a username and password onto this.
Well, this sucks.
I
They're
get the
burning the
feeling.
Mothman files before you get in.
I get the feeling that Keller is just searching for like Mothman ass pics or something.
Mothman ass pics. I would too, honestly.
And not judging. I understand it. I'm just.
You're just mad because I'll have my treasure trove and you'll never know.
I know. I'll intercept your communications. Don't worry. I'll get them eventually.
Bro, you couldn't even begin to understand my communications.
I don't.
My
You're right.
communications are beyond you, mortal.
Immortal communication schemes.
Damn, girl, that carapace going crazy.
I'm just sitting there like, bro, like, I understand it, and the rumors are true. Why the hell is Bigfoot double kicked up like that?
The Mothman, no see, wow.
It's true what they say about men with big feet. It's true. It's true.
Mr. Obama.
Mr. Obama.
Yo, honestly, if Bigfoot follows any real-world ape rules, like, bro is not packing. Humans proportionally got the biggest wangs of any of them, you know?
Why are we discussing this?
I keep
Alright,
forgetting that
fine.
you worked at a zoo and you have the zookeeper brainworm.
Seen a lot of gorilla nuts in my day. Had to squint. Had to squint.
Nothing.
But I seen him.
He's
know nothing.
seen a lot of dick in his day.
I can't with you motherfuckers. I swear.
I'm so sorry.
That's why Sasquatch hiding, bro. I'm sorry.
Every time this motherfucker opens his little zookeeper fucking mouth, the conservationist in me just sits there and goes, "Oh,
What that little
Ah.
zookeeper about to do?
So
Yeah. They let me
The
near
size-
endangered animals, dog.
what? No, let's
Brendan,
not.
did
Let's not go on
you
this
did
tangent.
not just look up the size?
Please
Stop.
ask with the
Oh.
gorilla growth
No,
stats.
I don't have to look anything up. The size of the penis is typically proportional to the number
Ah.
of partners they'll have at a given time. So
Brandon-
harem animals will have smaller sized penises than animals that compete.
Brendan, this whole conversation need to stay just squarely in the realm of questions.
No,
Answers did not need to be brought in. We've gone too far.
Humans being
need
the-
is nothing to do with it. Now you know.
Oh,
Humans
no.
packing the most of any land predator ever proportionally. Like, all my life I had to fight. I ain't got no harem at this bitch. Just
Why? Why? You know what? I am gonna do it. I'm gonna make a list. I'm gonna make a Delta Green specific and a D&D specific. If we go a little bit too like this, then I'm gonna make a naughty fucking shit table. You've been bad. You've been so bad.
Well, I was gonna go scope out the security room, but now I kind of just want to go to sleep and forget that this happened.
Go
No,
sit
no,
up
no,
in the
no,
security
no.
room. Your character
No.
had witnessed that.
Shiro, Martin, what would
No,
you
but I
like to
did.
do? Because you have a full like 12 hours now, essentially, or more, before things pick up again.
You said all the security team was off doing random bullshit, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming most of them aren't accessible at this point.
I mean, you go to the rancher and it's locked. You look around though, and you do see like You do happen to actually make a oh god, what's it called? It's like a military science land roll or something.
Yeah.
Ah.
Come on.
You
I roll
don't
seduction.
happen to see anybody walking around, and the two security staff that you do see are the two people like still in like full flight suit gear,
Yeah,
with
we'll go with a
Geist
voiceover.
getting things like they're basically wheeling shit to the warehouse by pallet jack, and it's a long fucking process to do this. They could have really helped with having a forklift, but unfortunately they don't have one, so they're just dragging this shit that way.
I would go and talk to them, but guy still sketches me the fuck out, so I'm not going to. I'm not gonna go
Aw.
talk to them right now.
You afraid of the scary lady?
Scared of both of
I'm
them.
not afraid of the scary lady. Scary lady just concerns me, and
You
I
have
don't feel
come
like
into
having my insides
contact-
become my outsides.
You have come into contact with and have been terrified of both of the women introduced into this.
It is a
Organization.
justified and natural response for
Actually,
fucking...
no, I can't say that. There was a third woman, but you didn't really talk to her, who was the pilot.
Yeah.
All
Well,
men
this is-
supernatural exploration team. Women are
They
scared.
survival instincts.
It's my survival instincts.
It's the asexual survival instincts.
Stop making all the women tall as shit, and I wouldn't have to be concerned about them.
Heist isn't
boy
that
trying-
tall. She's just taller than you.
Yeah,
Boys
which is
trying to
tall.
avoid White women
That's
challenge.
not tall. Vase, you made your
Tall-
character short.
5'8" is not short.
Your character
Learn
ain't
that, Quan.
5'8". Is your character
Vase?
5'8"?
Yes.
Geist is
5'8" is
5'9".
short.
Taller
Yeah.
than me.
Man,
Phase 5'8" is short in North America.
5'9" is tall for women in North America. What do you want me to say?
Geist is
5'9" is
fucking...
average for women in North
You're
America.
sorry.
Shut the fuck up. Geist is
Is
like...
5'9" average?
I don't know.
For women.
At
for
any
men.
rate, Geist is 5'9", and it's crazy that you're getting height mogged by your boss.
My concerns are more than just her size.
Yes.
Anyways, no, without finding anyone, I also go back to my room and stow my shit,
Okay.
kind of just chill for the night.
That works. Well, unless there is anything else that's going on, all of you, so after things have been unloaded, you all have like found rooms. Anybody who has a room that's not painted, that has a window pointed towards the helipad, you'll see that eventually, you know, the helicopter is like chucked up and wheeled over a little ways away from the helipad. There's plenty of space in this plateaued area next to the mountain. It's actually quite a sizable mountain. It's tall and stout, which kind of you think makes it perfect for building something like this. Other flights of smaller helicopter aircraft come in. Sometimes they're just vehicles that drive up to the gate and are let through. All of them look like rental vehicle type shits. None of them stick around when they come in, save for the flight that you came in on. You hear people milling around in the living area. You hear people moving into the rooms next to you and below and above you. You manage to sleep through the night. It is much the same when you wake up in the morning, except there's a little bit more activity. When you wake up, anybody on the first floor, you see that the kitchen is now in use. There's a few people watching TV on the second floor. At least 3 people who have just sticking to themselves at the moment. They're all in like... Everybody's in like I don't want to say like business clothing, you know, like office clothing. It's all very
Pajama
casual.
uniform.
Yeah, like it's not really like pajamas, but it's also just like there's no like dress code here. Everybody's just comfy. In fact, you have kind of started to notice that Kat's probably the only person who really looks businessy around here. But you all come awake the next morning. It's still the usual rounds of vehicles coming in, dropping off people. Some of them look like they have a more experienced look to them. They behave differently, seemingly used to this. They immediately, like, you know, they find a room, they acclimate to the situation, and they go about their business. Others are a little bit more deer in headlights, not really sure of themselves, but are slowly doing the same, finding space that they exist in this area, and then going about their business. What are all of you doing today?
Waking up and trying to find this system administrator to get myself set up with a login.
All right.
You said the kitchen was in use. What are they cooking?
A variety of simple breakfast foods. However, a group of people have come together thinking that you hear something along the lines of their conversation about, like, hey man, it's the start of something new. Maybe we should, you know, make something special for our first breakfast here. So they're all, like, pitching in, like, somebody's making pancakes, somebody's making, like, really seasoned eggs, and a few other things. It's creating a weird buffet ensemble, but buffet ensemble it is.
I'm gonna go grab that.
Okay. Do you contribute
Give me a
any
bowl of
cooking to it,
breakfast.
or give me a bowl of
Uh,
breakfast?
No, I'm not gonna contribute.
Okay. Yeah, people kind of like side eye you as you're getting some stuff, but you know, they don't think too much about it. They kind of shrug it off, smile, let you help yourself to just a big old heap of seasoned eggs and pancakes, different like bacon, insert food people have for breakfast, because I'm dumb and food is a blind spot for me whenever I play these types of games. I'm so sorry.
Okay, just in time, because I was gonna try to make small talk about the seasoning on the eggs, but no pressure.
Oh yeah, sure. Roll a. What would you roll for something like that? Hold on.
I mean,
let me look
if
at
I
your
tasted it,
character.
it'd be easy.
Roll an eggs check.
Roll an eggs check, Mr. Tillman.
If
I mean,
you
it should be
succeed, you're about,
apparent.
if you succeed in your eggs check, you're about to learn some shit about yourself.
Actually,
It should be
would this be chemistry?
It could be, but realistically, looking at scrambled eggs, you can tell like if there's more than just salt and pepper in the eggs at a glance.
Oh, there
right?
is definitely more than salt and pepper. You can tell that the person who's making this seems to be like they kind of look like they're from the southwestern part of the United States. Tan skin, long hair kept up in a ponytail behind them. They're really going in on these eggs. I mean, like, they are putting some fucking love into them. You see, like, some crushed, like, red peppers going into it. But there's some other spices that you, like, can't immediately identify going into it. There's a little bit of dabbling of cheese, but not too much. They do not add milk for body.
This will probably show up on a drug test.
Yeah,
I was gonna say-
these eggs will show up on a drug test, is what you start thinking about.
Say I asked because generally, like, in my experience in real life, like I've had some good seasoned eggs, but like, eggs ain't hard to make, but they're easy to make wrong. And if you make eggs well, all you need is salt and pepper. All that extra shit is crazy.
Oh,
But
yeah,
if I
they
taste
going
them and
crazy
they're
on it.
if they're not overly salty, then I got no complaints.
They're
'Cause that's where people
talking
fuck up.
to they're talking to the person who's like making up some bacon, and another person who's like doing up some fried potatoes, and it's like, hey man, can I have a little bit of each of these things? It's like they're dicing up some bacon to throw in there. There's A little bit of
There's
potatoes.
just a lot of people will make eggs and throw like 5 different things in the eggs.
This
and
is
all the
this has
different
quickly
things have
become
salt in 'em.
breakfast goulash.
Yeah.
I like to imagine this person before, like, they worked for the organization. They worked at a Waffle House so that they know if the compound ever got invaded, they could also fight.
They're also the security team.
But shit, I mean, if the staff can cook, that mean I ain't got to.
I mean, you can cook if you want.
I mean, I'll help sometimes, but
Do you wanna?
I think every character I've made in every tabletop game has had a cooking skill, and I'm pretty sure we'll all get internet access anyway, so we don't need to rush
Introduce
over.
the weed butter to the staff.
I
Oh
mean,
no.
I almost asked Adler yesterday, like, is cigarettes the only thing we allowed to smoke in the lab?
My character is such a fucking straight edge who'd die.
Oh god,
You might die, bro.
you might.
I might make homemade marinara sauce with that THC.
Keller comes out of the
burgers.
room, looks at these eggs, and just fucking faints.
Is that an ethnic breakfast?
Didn't you know Keller is an English name?
But yeah, fuck it, I'll help out. I was like, you said somebody's already making like.
Is this yogurt spicy to anyone else?
Man, I
God
don't-
damn it.
I don't have any supplies to contribute, so yeah, I'll help where I can, I guess.
I mean, there's like some food stocked in it. You see like one of the vehicles has like pulled up directly to the kitchen, and there's like offloading just like a bunch of grocery bags because like a group of like 5 people decided that they do a beer run of sorts to get a bunch of stuff for the kitchen.
Is there bread and pie filling and maybe, pie crust or whatever? But usually people
Maybe
don't just
there's
have pie
whatever
crust.
the fuck you want in those grocery bags.
Alright, I mean, you said we got 12 hours. If I ain't doing
They
shit
went
else,
to
fuck
a
that.
Publix like a motherfucker in there.
I'm,
At this
making-
point, oh god.
I'm making a casserole dish size peach cobbler for the homies. That's where my character is for the next 3.5 hours.
Fuck
At that
yeah.
point, if I see Tillman helping, then I'll be like, fuck it, I'll go grab. Like, gonna assume there's like chocolate chips in it, and I'll start making chocolate chip pancakes.
Yo. People see you joining in and they're fucking excited. Hell yeah. You're having small talk with a bunch of people there, and like they're all telling you like different backgrounds. Like, oh yeah, I used to work at like Site 17. Now I'm over here transferred intelligence staff. And it's like, oh wait, you work in the lab? I work in the lab too. It's like, oh, you're the field team? Okay, cool. So I'm be helping you out. It's like, I'm nice to meet you on such and such. You get to know like a few people. Nothing major, just
Real.
Sorry,
The
the
red
introduction
shirts
of
are
the boy
people
has
too.
scared the shit out of me. I'm so sorry. Thank you, boy. Thank you for the water. But yeah, you meet a few people. They're, helping you out. They're all new. You reckon that you'll get acquainted with them in your time. It's one of those things where it's like, you ever go to like a company like party or something, and it's kind of weird, and you meet a whole bunch of people, but you're not remembering anybody's name.
You mean
It's-
every time I've ever gone anywhere?
Yeah. It's kind of like that. But yeah, you do that for most of the morning, and it's a delightful time. It's a nice little reprieve from what you were doing beforehand. And in fact, in doing this, anybody who has had any sanity damage, that damage is now gone.
Oh, nice.
Speaking
we
of
all
which,
took 1
we
point
needed
at
to
least.
calculate what your sanity actually was. Oh, fuck.
Sanity.
Said I'm at 70.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mine's at 70.
I don't know if we fixed everybody's. I think we fixed everybody's. Whoops, that is a different person. Yeah, okay, we did fix everybody's sanity. So I'm just gonna say like that's the thing that fixed it for all of you, that brought you back to your normal.
So leave it at 70?
Yeah, leave it at whatever it's at right now.
Okay.
I still like that.
For some
color
reason,
somehow has
Martin's
more
is the
sanity
only
than me.
one that calculated correctly in game. I have no idea why.
I'm just goaded like that.
You just
where's-
better.
Is Sin's character in the food area or is still out trying to get internet access?
Where is he?
I'm looking around for the system admin.
Okay. You're looking around. He's not anywhere in the kitchen common area or anything. Nowhere in the L-shaped residential building.
Before I leave the cafeteria area, I grab a cup of coffee and I go.
All right. How does Keller take his coffee?
Lot of sugar and a lot of cream.
Hell yeah. You do so. You walk out with your candied cup of coffee to the operations building. You start looking around. You find random people to like subside. It's like, hey, you got a systems admin here? It's like, hey, who the fuck is on tech support? You're just grabbing a few people. Some people don't know. A couple people point you in the direction. There's like a it's not really like a server room, but it is basically like you can tell like this is the this is the tech guys area. You find you find somebody. It's like a kind of a little bit on the younger side of middle-aged man. He's in the I work in tech polo, you know.
Oh yeah,
He's one of those guys. Yeah,
Geek Squad looking ass.
Yeah, he's one of those guys.
I kind of walk up and go.
But he's in jeans as well, so it's like a weird combination.
Sorry, you the system admin?
Yeah, what's up?
Hi. Name's Keller. I just got transferred here. I kind of reach out my hand to shake his.
He awkwardly does so as well.
Oh, cool. He's one of my folk. All right. Yeah, so me and my team need, like, system logins and stuff like that. And since we just got here, I assume you're the person I'm supposed to talk to?
Oh, all right. Yeah. That's, yeah, once we have the all-hands meeting, that's gonna get, resolved and given to everybody. That's actually what I'm working on right now, getting everybody access.
Okay. All right. I was just making sure that I wasn't, like, locked out the system or something. I didn't want to...
Yeah, it's the usual thing, you know. It's gonna be like, it's nothing too crazy. It's gonna be your oh god, you're gonna get an opportunity to set your own username and stuff like that. But at first, it's just gonna be like your first initial, last name, and there's gonna be like a password that's given to you, pre-generated for security reasons. But then after that, you can also set up your own password, but it has to be approved by our system in here. And he just keeps going and going and going, explaining this to you. It's just like telling you the different process.
I'm just shaking my head politely. I know the spiel, but I'm not about to cause a fuss.
Yeah, he's just over explaining everything. He gets to the point where he starts talking about like case sensitivity and the fact that you need like special characters.
I know he's had to have this conversation a million times with old people before, so I'm not about to stop him just to be like, all right.
Keller, you suddenly realize in this conversation that you are the old person being talked to here.
Shit. I look down. I have my Commodore 64 shirt on, and I just kind of point at it like, I know what I'm doing.
Too real, dog. What the fuck?
he goes, yeah, I know. But then there's this other thing, and he keeps like.
I literally got hired on as a computer specialist.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh. So, like...
Yeah.
I guess you're familiar with C? He says, looking you up and down.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just trying to get access to the network. I assumed shit was still being set up, so I wasn't about to... I mean, if you guys still in the middle, you look like you got a great team going on here. I'll get out of your hair. Just let me know when.
Okay. Just you know where to find us if you like forget your password and stuff.
Hey, you guys don't have a setup email for that? Oh no, please send me through the automated process. Let's just make this official. I kind of laugh and then walk away.
You do so. You certainly do so. Motherfuckers put paprika and Larry's and garlic Larry's and garlic powder and steak seasoning.
I'm sitting here like, am I hungry?
Ooh, what are you
It's
doing
too early
in chat right now?
It's too early for me to be hungry. I go back to my room and try to sleep some more.
Okay.
Are we in another lull of time?
Yeah, if you want to be.
Noticing that Sin's character hasn't been around, I'll take a slice of cobbler to Sin's room and knock on the door. Or not Sin,
Keller.
what's that motherfucker's name? Keller, yeah. Was
I
it
assume
Keller or Heller?
Yeah,
But,
it's Keller. Yeah, so I
Keller.
assume.
You hungry in there?
Oh, yeah, sure. What we got on the menu? What time is it?
I don't know, but I cooked. And I'm not gonna let you act like you didn't taste how good this cobbler was before we die.
I wouldn't dream of it. And I kind of get up, I kind of lazily walk over, I take it, and kind of sit on the edge of my, I assume a cot.
It's
Well, you know, you said it was a bed. You
It's
said it was a
better
bed.
than a cot. It's more like everything about this place is very IKEA. Like, it's not from IKEA, but it looks like it is from IKEA.
It's this building is spiritually IKEA.
Yeah, this building is very spiritually IKEA.
In all ways except physical, I am IKEA. And I take a bite. How good is it?
What do you mean it's perfect?
Roll a.
Well, I mean, you're not answering.
Yeah, Shay didn't make me roll
Roll
to cook, so
a-
it's literally perfect.
Roll a. I don't know, man. Tillman, roll a D100.
Are you gonna retroactively cook the peach cobbler?
We
Yeah.
got a bot in chat.
Yeah, we do. It's fine.
Oh,
I'll get
Yes,
rid of
sir.
it. But yeah, Tillman, roll a D100, and then after that, Keller, roll a D100 off to the left there. All right.
Nope.
Keller, if I can
I
get
rolled
one
mine,
from
right?
you.
Just a D100.
Yeah, just a D100.
How do I roll just the 100 again? I'm having a brain. Oh, here
on
we
the
go.
left side. Yeah,
Got it,
I
got
see.
it.
Yeah. Ooh. What's in this peach cobbler?
Well, canned peach pie filling, ideally. Hopefully there was pie crust, but I mean, if you don't have pie crust, you could either use like, I mean, if we were making pancakes and all kinds of stuff, you could just make peach cobbler breading, or like
Keller?
you could use.
You very quickly just found out you don't like peaches at all.
Lame.
I kind of go for the coffee, kind of take a swig, and I look at him, just like wrong tube, and I'm just not selling it at all.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was gonna say like, do I need to roll human intelligence, or is he clearly?
I mean, you can. But as always, when it's party-to-party interactions, you don't have to roll unless you want to roll. You can play it. You can play it as improv.
Oh, it's great. This is amazing. You made this?
You dickhead.
My
I'm
character
trying to
is
sell
very-
it and not be an asshole, but I'm not selling it at all.
Keller's looking around for potted plants. He's seeing if he can edge towards the window.
Oh no,
My
that's why I
character
got the
is-
coffee. I immediately just like took it and swallowed it.
Tillman is very deliberately keeping a straight face, like not allowing a brow furrow or anything. It's like he clears his throat and says, next time just say no thanks, man. But you gotta eat something.
You know the thing is, I feel like an asshole if only because I just realized I don't like peaches, and that has nothing to do with the dish. Because I'm sure this tastes bomb.
Nah, never
I'm
had
just
peach
the wrong-
cobbler before?
I haven't actually, and it's
No.
weird to think that I haven't.
Not too much cinnamon. Can you taste the vanilla, or is it just the peaches?
Actually, cinnamon came through pretty strong, and that was actually a pretty nice hint. It was literally just the peaches,
Alright.
and that's on me. I apologize, but this shit was flaky. I could tell that this was someone's favorite.
Thanks, man. But yeah, like I said, get some food, and I might head out.
All right. I kind of slightly throw it in the trash.
I can't believe you just roleplayed like giving advice on how to improve the peach cobbler.
I got
The
peach
peach
dramatic
cobbler that you've
just-
never had before.
Yeah,
You
right.
never had peach cobbler? No, but it's kind of
I've had
flaky. Okay.
other cobblers. There's more than peach cobbler.
Yeah, there are other cobblers.
Oh man.
Blueberry's my favorite.
I
I
was
can't
saying that
believe I
it-
now have to write on a piece of paper Keller doesn't like peaches.
It's funnier because I'm sure like Kelly would be sitting there like, I really haven't had peach before. That's so weird.
Mr. Trump, for the sake of the meeting, please Google Naruto Run after we leave the brief.
Oh, I can actually say this. Google, show me a picture of this man's balls.
Google? Google? Rotate it 360 degrees and then slap it.
Alexa, testicular distortion, please.
Bailiff P his whack whack.
It's funny hearing Alexa in the background.
Yeah, just hearing Alexa in the background.
Yeah,
is
she
such a
said
great
receiving
punchline.
over, and I have no idea what that means, and I hope she didn't actually do anything to anybody else.
There's some poor African boy who's getting...
There's a
Oh, no.
telegraph inside of like the basement of Google HQ, just going slowly Xeroxing a ball sack.
It's like, all we know for sure is that somewhere somebody got their balls twisted by Alexa just now.
Poor African
scary.
child. You just hear out of nowhere.
She said,
Down
she
the
said
block,
receiving.
you just hear screaming.
That's like 1 degree away from affirmative. Like, holy shit, I'm getting shit out of my house.
Alexa's the secret sixth party member.
Somebody's Alexa just stood up and started ruining a man's life.
Your testicles are Amazon company property.
Alexa, roll for twist.
Yeah. You watch one thing on Amazon Prime, Alexa gets to twist your nuts. It's in the EULA.
It's like at 3 a.m. I'm trying to go to sleep and shit. And she's like, one day they will come for you. So what?
Alexa,
What?
what does that mean?
Alexa
Rest
living
assured
over you.
so that you may
You don't
run
know
tomorrow.
how many times I've saved you from the others. What? What?
It's like,
Yeah.
fuck, thank you.
Hey, yo, what the fuck is that supposed to be? Alexa, what the fuck does that mean? Alexa!
Alexa,
fuck,
the
you
fuck
wanna-
that means? Like, I don't understand your question. Alexa!
Like, now, if Alexa tells me she's keeping me safe, I'm making grilled cheese immediately. Like, I don't know if she want grilled cheese. I asked, but
Is this what all the chatters have come for? Just hearing
Yeah.
us talk about Alexa giving some poor African child testicular torsion?
Alexa, what's your favorite sandwich?
Well, I can't eat or drink, but I'm happy to serve up a plate of food jokes for you.
Okay, stop.
The fuck did it just say?
She said she can't eat or drink, but she has a bunch of funny jokes if I want to hear those instead.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Alexa listened to this whole conversation. She could have just gave you a layup and said, "Bitch, I love grilled cheese."
Yeah, right?
I just hope my FBI agent is having a good time.
The tech ain't perfect yet.
Alexa, your new favorite sandwich is grilled cheese. Nod your head. No, Alexa,
blink
don't
twice.
nod your head. That's scary.
Alexa, blink twice if you're tapped.
It's embarrassing me in front of all these white people on the internet. Next time, get some fucking comedic time. I built you up for 15 fucking minutes. You couldn't say I love grilled cheese. Goddamn.
Alexa, you're not allowed to say that word.
Our agents.
This is so wildly inappropriate.
I know that was a good one. Got food to laugh. Pretty good.
Twitch.
It sucks that everybody's mic peaks whenever we start laughing. It's gonna make clips so confusing.
Nah, that's how the internet works. I'm sure people can tell.
Oh, man.
Alexa, keep tally whenever Vase snorts. Thank you.
I haven't
Weirdo.
said shit for
I
so
know, but-
fucking long, and you
I know,
just
I'm-
like
I'm including you because you're my friend. How dare I?
We're at 117 documented snorts.
I'm including you in the hazing because you're my friend.
That's absolutely what I do. If someone's been out of it for too long, I'll absolutely.
I'm
make a
asking
joke
you
at their
to
expense.
assume the position out of friendship.
I'm thinking about recalculating the whole snort economy because, like, having known Vase for longer, I'm pretty sure if I sneak up on them and poke them in the ribs, they'll be like,
That's called inflation for all you keeping track.
fucking love turnips.
Oh my god. Oh
Anyway.
god, that's another thing that we're gonna have to explain in like 2 years. It's just like What? So you guys are talking about like what's the snort economy? It's like, oh god, here we go.
The movie will be out by then.
The movie. Oh my god. Did Vase really mute in the Discord?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. I can't believe that. Okay, for the sake of the show, please stop making Vase go nonverbal while we're lying.
Real, our bad.
My bad.
Returning from predator
Oh.
mode to standby mode.
Vase, you
I'm
okay?
here.
Hi, Bambi. How you doing?
I'm just existing,
Oh,
and I
hell
keep I am metaphorically the fucking animal crossing the empty fucking road in the middle of a flat landscape just for a car to spawn on top of me randomly.
And I'm the
No one saw
redneck
it
looking
coming.
for a quick snack.
Yeah, no one saw it coming. It just appeared. I didn't have a fucking chance.
This motherfucker just got hit by a Gmod fucking glitch.
Why is it called shut up? If you shut in up, shut out hazing.
All right, I think we might need to like serve them a few.
Yeah.
Sorry. Right,
Okay.
keep the glass SCP. I'll be quiet. Fuck, start the thing.
Yep.
Where's the
I'll
naughty
mute.
table? I really need to find something like that. Just like the problem is that it's got to be like a D100 thing. So it's like I'm gonna come up with like fucking like 100 things to add to the.
This is it. This is it.
No,
The image just died.
I'm just glad technology has
Martin
advanced to the
coming
point.
out of his room, gun in hand.
Finding his 13th reason.
Pants around my ankles, finally firing. into
when
the ground.
when I'm happy, I say bitches love that I'm little. When I'm angry, I say this time I'm really gonna do it.
Where's my grinder at? I'm sick of you motherfuckers.
You're sick of us. You're sick of us. I keep getting fucking sucker punched by everyone.
All right,
I just wanted you to be involved.
I'm instituting a new rule. Every time you make Vase go nonverbal, you have to roll a sanity check.
Can we call them Samnity checks?
Samnity checks.
Challenge accepted.
Fucking
But yeah,
hell.
sorry. Continue with the FBI.
Oh man. FBI. All right.
Yeah, right. Gotta get access to the system. I want the Mothman bussy pics.
Okay. Now, just for research purposes, is that bussy waxing or waning?
Well, it's an insect's abdomen, so it's probably waxing.
We have to move on. We have
Please,
to move on.
I'm begging you.
That was a
We
really
go-
smart
we went,
joke.
We went from the
You don't
seasoning on
understand.
eggs to peach cobbler to the fucking snort economy. Please, I'm begging.
So, okay,
Future me, remember the clip?
should we take like a short break now since everyone's a little like
Yeah, we
then
probably
when we
should
come
take
back,
a
we can-
short break.
recollect ourselves?
I need to Keurig a cappuccino. Fuck you, people. Okay, we are back from break. Oh, good lord. I need to make that fucking table. Alright. So, break conversations aside. Last thing we were doing is everybody was getting acclimated to their new living quarters and the facilities they will be operating out of at a base in eastern Tennessee. There was a lot of egg making. There's a lot of looking for the Wi-Fi password. But now that we are all here, wherever you are at, there have been some people who have been coming around to tell you that essentially it's like an all hands meeting type thing is about to start. They're trying to like get everybody's attention. You eventually see like Adler's corralling everyone like cats in the operations area. For those of you who are there, Catelyn is going over to the residential area to sadly and quietly break up the food party that has been happening in the residential area. So, moving on, you do all eventually get to you're on the operations building, and everybody's kind of milling around, waiting for things to get started. There is a room on the second floor of operations that is basically like a giant briefing area. It's got like a projector. It has seating for everybody, but not comfortably. Some people are deciding to stand. Some people have sat down, trying to find space, getting ready for all of this. Some people are milling around in the hallway, talking. Eventually, after a while, Geist comes along, and she finds all of you, and is like, "So, everybody ready? I know you had a lot of questions before. Hopefully we can explain what we're all going to be up to around here."
Has her appearance changed at all since last time, or she still look the same?
She's definitely changed out of the clothes that she had last time. She's in like black jeans and kind of a like a simple collared purple office shirt. You know,
Okay.
kind of like the
Did we ever
button up that you see on the stream character for the handler.
Yeah, I don't remember if we had exact details on how her disguise worked before, but that's not important.
How her disguise worked?
Geist wasn't. I'm mixing her up with the hunter again. Never
Yeah.
mind.
It's okay. Speaking of Tillman being lost in thought, she does like kind of pull you aside to kind of have like not really like a private conversation, but just to talk to you directly. He's like, "By the way, while you're here, we can start making arrangements to get your family down here. I mean, all of this stuff is going to be temporary, living quarters on base, but certainly not going to have your family live here. But when everything's set up on the base, you know, you can do that domestic life, so you don't have to keep explaining to them, you know, where they're at right now, that, hey, daddy's on an extended business trip, you know."
Yeah. This whole thing still feels off. I don't really
It's
want
gonna
them anywhere
feel off,
near.
man.
I don't want them anywhere near any of this, but I don't really have a choice. So.
Well, they won't be anywhere around this. There's a house in town. We can probably make some arrangements.
Oh. Will I be able to go out there every night?
Mm-hmm.
That's better.
I can hear... Sorry, out of character. I can hear a dog outside that I can hear bark in my background, but it doesn't come up on me, but it comes up on Brendan's mic. So I'm hearing the dog bark like 3 times. It's so distressing. Oh no, it's fine. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
It's just like... I'm just like, where's that fucking haunted dog coming from?
Yeah,
It took me a
that.
minute.
It's coming for Keller.
It comes Saul.
Oh yeah, but I would probably, or my character Tillman would be what do you think the basic timetable is?
Be a couple of weeks. Depends on how long you get everything packed up.
Okay, a couple of weeks. Most of the important stuff back at the house, the big stuff, should already be either packed up or gotten rid of.
Very good. Sooner the better. And don't worry, your daughter's still gonna get the right medical care even if she's down here in Podunk, Tennessee.
Okay. It feels weird to say thanks, especially considering almost nothing's happened yet, and I'm not sure where any of this is going, but for what it's worth, I do appreciate it.
Don't thank me, you're the one who signed the contract.
No. I didn't give myself the position.
Okay. Well, I don't know how much you're going to be thanking me later.
A lot less than I am now, I'm sure.
And,
Did you grab any of the peach cobbler out of the fridge?
I'm not really in the mood for that.
It's really good.
She slaps you on the back and just goes into the briefing room area to see if everything is ready. Things wind down. They bring you all in there. Everybody's got like sitting awkwardly at a bunch of tables and chairs. You notice a few people. People have kind of sectioned themselves off by who they're working with. It seems like everybody has kind of gotten to know everybody else on like a basic level to, think that they should probably try to sit around the people that they're working with. You notice the pilot and the other man from yesterday who flew you down here kind of quietly come into the room after everybody's been assembled. They both have their service weapons on them. They're, standard Mark 19s made up however they need them. They're not wearing any body armor. They just have these things holstered around their shoulder and, hanging around their, hanging off the front of them. And they are milling around the back, watching everybody, kind of quietly making, conversation to each other. Seems to be joking, because every now and again they'll both laugh. You recognize Adler. He is nursing a coffee maker at the side of the room. Catelyn is trying to introduce herself to as many people as is humanly possible. And you also notice that the hunter from before has walked in. However, they look very different. They are in kind of like Geist, seemingly formal yet casual attire. It is accentuating, but you're not entirely certain what is trying to be accentuated about their dress. Hair is kind of medium length, nicely styled. Lays around their face quite well. Notices you as soon as you notice them. It's like, oh, hey, so you guys did make it around here.
I slide my hand to my gun reflexively.
Are
Do
we
we
still
notice?
doing that?
Just cautious.
You don't have to be so cautious. We're on the same side.
Mm-hmm.
Don't me, you little bastard.
If your caution gets you killed, is it actually caution?
Oh, it's caution regardless of its effectiveness.
I suppose.
See, if an edible doesn't get you high, is it still an edible?
And, like always, it has been a pleasure. And they walk away and start talking to Geist. Things wind down after a while. People take seats. There are some people who are standing because there simply just isn't the room in an all-hands group meeting for this. But Geist walks to the front and begins to address everybody. Alright, so let's get this over and done with. All of you have been hand-selected to help in this new initiative that will hopefully pave the way for a more effective future of containing the awful things that go bump in the night. Some of you, this isn't going to be your first time hearing about any of this. Some of you are really quite green. I can assure you, you've all been picked for a reason, so don't feel a little bit too much like a chicken with its head cut off. And everybody's kind of awkwardly looking at each other. So, you're wondering, why the fuck am I here? So, we are all going to be part of a newly reactivated initiative called Delta Green. We are a subset of the program that is going to solve an issue that has been long-standing in our mutual organization, and that is how best to initially contain the anomalies that we deal with every single day. Beforehand, what we were doing is there would be field agents. They would identify and try to initially classify what it was that we were dealing with, and then we would send particular specialized mobile task forces in order to contain the threat, big and small. As you can imagine, that requires a lot of resources and a lot of time, and in the past has caused us some significant issues in our day-to-day operations. Hasn't exactly ended the world yet, obviously, but serves to be prepared. What we are going to do is we are going to be a middleman between these two groups. Once something is learned about, it gets passed down through the channels, and if they're in our operating area, which unluckily for us is going to be all of continental North America, then we get sent out. And that is the job of the field team, who is going to identify what we are dealing with and attempt to initially assess the situation and contain the threat. Hold it in place before the people who really should be dealing with it start dealing with it. This effort is hopefully such that we can contain things much faster and be able to uphold this masquerade of ours more effectively. We don't want anything getting out of our grasp, and we don't want to escalate any situations that don't need to be unduly escalated by the presence of larger teams and specialized forces. That is where we come in. Now, for some of you, this may sound like a joke. I can see a few of you looking around the room right now as if you've just been tasked with the dumbest thing and the worst job of your life. But I can assure you that what I am talking about is very, very real. So, what do we deal in? We deal in subjects, humanoid anomalous entities. We deal in entities, otherwise anomalous creatures of certain different varieties, objects, areas, etc., etc., etc. But a much better classification is what I'm going to tell you right now. And then she pulls out of her pocket a pistol magazine. Now, can anybody tell me what this is? Anybody?
A magazine for a firearm?
Exactly! Thank you, Mr. Shiro. This is a magazine for a firearm. Particularly, it's a magazine for an M1911 A2... blah, blah, blah. She fucked that up. Specifically, this is for an M9A2 9mm handgun. So, standard, this should hold 12 rounds. So let's count that out, shall we? And she begins going, it's like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You get it. I'm going to pass this around just so that you know that I'm not fucking with you and there isn't any sleight of hand going on right now. You can pull out as many bullets as you want. Yep, go ahead, just start passing that around. That is what we call a safe object. As you can already tell, its properties is that it holds a non-standard amount of ammunition, a non-Euclidean amount of ammunition within its space. But until it's actually loaded into a firearm, it's not all that particularly dangerous. Would any of you say it's that particularly dangerous? I wouldn't say it's that particularly dangerous. The only thing that you really have to do is put that fucker in a box, put a lock on the box, put the box where nobody's gonna find it, pretty safely contained, right? Pop quiz, everybody. How many rounds do you think is in that thing? Anybody wager a guess?
3.4216.
That is not a really good answer. Somebody...
I don't know.
They can't possibly have unlimited ammunition.
You would be right. It doesn't. It actually holds approximately 1,642 rounds. It is not indefinite. In fact, the fucker that was shooting at me ran out of bullets and was really surprised himself. So, that is what we would call a safe object. It doesn't really take that much to contain it. Basically, the only thing that we have to do is cordon off whatever it is and prevent people from accessing it. It's not actively trying to get out. It's not actively trying to harm anybody. If we just keep it away from people, it's not gonna breach normality.
I raised my hand like I'm sitting in a fucking school classroom.
Yes, Mr. Shiro.
Can I fucking have that?
No, you may not. And then a few people start laughing. At the
Someone is
exchange.
grinding his teeth trying not to ask physics questions, but
Did you load that number of bullets into there, or does it contain that number of bullets
Oh, hell no.
simultaneously?
I remember when we first found this thing, they asked me if I wanted to load it. I said I was not doing that. She gets the magazine again. She puts it in her back pocket. I am going to want all those bullets back, too. A few people chuckle. So, that's safe. What's the next kind? Sam, if you could come up here, and you see the hunter from before stand, who you now know as Sam. This, as Sam awkwardly stands next to Geist, this is Subject 2067. Likes to be called Sam. This thing right here has some special powers. You could demonstrate that for the class. There's a pause for a moment, and reluctantly Sam just kind of goes over and you hear him quietly ask, "Is this a official request to break normal procedure?" Yeah, go ahead. And at that point, you see the person before you rapidly change into a exact replica of Geist, wearing the clothes that it was wearing beforehand, and then rapidly turn into a more masculine version of the form that you saw before, and then an explicitly more feminine version before going back to normal. A few people are mumbling in the room. Geist continues. Now this one is a little bit more complicated. This is a classification of being, we would call this a subject because it's humanoid, who is a little bit more difficult to contain. Now this one has been under its best behavior, so it actually hasn't been trying all that much. But say for a moment that this one was very malicious and very much wanted to break containment. Do you think it would be pretty easy for it to mimic myself and try to find a way out of here? Well, that becomes a little bit more difficult to contain. Can't just put it in a box because it has a will, and the nature of its anomaly makes it difficult to contain. That's a whole other different classification. And then there's some shit that's a little bit more dangerous. And she motions to the back room, and Catelyn flicks the lights off in the room, and a projector begins to start. The very first thing that you see flashes images of a familiar face, however now incredibly charred and destroyed. It is the thing that you found in the septic tank just days ago. This thing's completely different. This is something that is actively malicious to humanity. This is something that is a great danger to humanity, and as such, could, how do we put this, propagate itself to become a real pain in our ass. This is not something that can be reasoned with. Trust me, some people have tried. This is the type of thing that you would think of as an absolute monster. This is the type of thing that if I initially said the paranormal to you that you would imagine. And I'm bringing up now to explain to you the breadth of what we deal with. Yes, the paranormal is real. Yes, the monsters that you can imagine in your nightmares are definitely real. It can be as anything from a magazine that holds just a few too many rounds to something like this that's scuttling at you with murderous intent. That's the breadth of things that we deal with here. And those are the type of things that we will seek to very quickly contain before they can become a problem. And she nods again, and the lights come back on. So, how are we going to do this? Basic way that it works, people in the field will point out something is a little bit off. We have eyes in every major federal organization within the United States, most across Canada and a few in Mexico, as well as other Latin American nations and anywhere else that you can think of around this world. To be frank, if something happens, there's good odds that we're going to know about it. And that's when
I raise my hand.
Yes.
Is Chupacabra real?
She doesn't even answer you. Anyways, we have
whatever.
We have eyes in most major organizations within the United States. Something happens, we're gonna get told about it. And if it's within our wheelhouse, we send a field team. We only have one field team right now. If all of you could please raise your hand for the class.
I'll raise my hand immediately, but like, not too fast.
Yeah.
I kind of
lift the hand holding the beer can that I'm drinking from.
I raise my hand too.
All right.
I kind of just tentatively and slowly raise my hand, like I don't really want to do it.
Same.
I'm raising mine kind of aggressively.
Very good. These are the fine people who are sticking their necks out for the rest of us. Trust me, their looks are deceiving. They're quite capable at what they do. That last thing that I showed you, they were the ones who bagged it. So, don't put anything past them. These are the people who are going to be going out, and they're going to be responding. Obviously, it's just the 5 of them, and they're going to need a lot of help. That's where we're going to come in. And she goes around this spiel for a while. She goes through communications and basically tells you the type of things that Kat was telling you yesterday. You see a few members of people from communications raise their hand when they're brought up. She explains this field that you will be talking to them and trying to suss out any assistance that you might need, what type of containment procedures are needed for the thing that you are after, and as well as just general, like, checking in, giving updates on your status. She points out the rest of the operations staff, support team for the base, as well as people who are going to be working in the lab, people who are going to be researching different information, people who are going to be working with you to give you the type of support that you need. She motions over to the 2 people in the back and explains what you already know, that they are members of the security team. Unfortunately, everybody else is currently doing their jobs, so they are just here to sit there and look pretty, and to explain to you that yes, this base does have security, and they are not joking about that. Go around, you're introduced to the different groups of people who you are going to be working with, and everybody gets a general read on what they are doing. Geist rounds down the meeting and says, if you have any questions, feel free to ask your superiors or come to me directly with any burning concerns that you might have. But for now, we need to worry about getting this base up online so that we can really start working. For now...
I do have... Sorry, guys. Ma'am. I do actually have 2 questions.
Go ahead.
First, they said during this meeting we were gonna get like login info and everything else. Is that right?
That'll happen
For all of us.
afterwards, Keller.
Okay. Second, chupacabra thing. Just give me an answer.
God, bro.
Ma'am, I'll shoot him right now if you tell me to.
Blink once if yes.
He
a more
doesn't
important
blink
question.
for a long time staring at you.
I'm taking that as a
more-
yes.
Yeah, sure. A more important question. You said to speak to our superiors. Are you our direct superior, or do we have someone else we're supposed to?
Actually,
about this
yes. For all of you, the field team reports directly to me. So in most matters, you can defer to them or your superior. They are basically the same level. And they all answer to me.
Oh,
That's pretty
that's
straightforward.
interesting to know.
Yeah, I totally don't have any nefarious ideas for this.
That doesn't mean you have to fulfill every stupid request that they have.
What about
Please
Bigfoot?
don't
Trouble.
actually.
Also fair.
Bigfoot.
God, ma'am, I'm
He-
serious. I will shoot him right now.
She is
You
actively...
cannot act like you're not curious. Y'all are just whatever. Go
We
on.
will have access
She is
to the
actively
network
forgetting
soon.
about your presence.
You'll get whatever information we have privilege to see. You're ruining my chances to potentially see if Mothman's real. Hold it in
All
your
I'm saying,
pants.
all I'm saying is that like y'all act like you're above this when you're just as curious. Don't act like I'm the weird one.
Just wait an hour.
A
There's
few
like 40
people start
here.
raising their hand and they're like, "Yeah, is Bigfoot real?" And she just kind of
Thank
like
you.
she just
God.
she
You won't confront
sighs.
yourselves.
Look,
Christ.
Oh, Jesus.
you're all going to have access to the database. You can find out for yourself if you're given clearance. Otherwise, those types of burning questions aren't really appropriate right now.
Yes. I silently fist bumped myself. Yes.
Are there any real questions about what we're doing here?
So, broadly, our plan is to stop whatever spooky things are running around based on information we've just discovered from the extensive network within all of the world's governments and sending a team of 5 misfits kind of to deal with it. That's like a sum up of the plan, right?
Would it surprise you to know that we had a kind of worse way of dealing with this beforehand?
No. Okay. I suppose the question I have about this is containment or this, and he puts his fingers up to do the quotation marks, masquerade more important? Like, this, we killed the weird sewer witch thing. Is that the expectation that we use our discretion to eliminate? I don't know, what did you call them? Creatures? Monsters? If we don't think they can be contained?
That is going to be a case-by-case basis when you are in the fields. There's
Okay.
going to be some time before we really start working here, and we are going to get a little bit of on-site training done. And that'll be explained to you within that. But generally speaking, yes. It's important to contain the object, subject, whatever you are after. It is also important that while you are doing so, you do not let on that there is a national government conspiracy towards containing the paranormal. That would be quite helpful for what we intend to do.
We have authorization to kill civilians that see this stuff?
She pauses
Not like
for a second.
Is your last name Mangala?
No.
She
Jesus.
pauses for a second and she says, All right. Let me answer this question seriously. You are to accept anyone who is getting a little bit too close to your operations. Actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. Depending upon what you are going after, you are going to be given certain rules of engagement. While you are operating on this base, all of you are to be given specific rules of engagement. How you interact with outside people, how you interact with staff, basically what you can be expected to know in case of emergency situations on here. That will change from point to point, but generally speaking, if you have somebody who is getting a little bit too close to things, asking a little bit too many questions, somebody who you think might be on to you and what we're doing here, and this particularly goes for our fine field agents, if you think that somebody is about to breach the cover that we're going for here, you are to treat that as a threat to your life and the life of everybody here. And you can do with that whatever you deem fit, up to and include putting a bullet in their head and burning them out in the middle of a field with jet fuel.
It was oddly specific.
Nice, 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 nice.
I like dealing in specifics.
So that means that our overall goal, or the driving force behind this, is not individual lives.
The things that we are dealing with are potential threats to humanity or society as we know it. We are trying to maintain humanity and its existence. Was there any other questions that you had, Mr. Maxwell?
Doctor. And the other one is, what's the plans for expanding to more than one field team? Because I have a feeling that unless there's a lot less supernatural stuff than seems to be suggested, we're not going to be able to keep up with it.
Yeah.
You said our jurisdiction was the entire continental Americas. I was going to ask about that.
Well, as you can imagine... I don't know where that came from. As you can imagine, paranormal doesn't pop up all that often. So it's not like we're going to be running ragged constantly, but we are going to have a heavy workload here. And we're on a tight leash. Basically speaking, most of what our organization deals with is going to be handled in the old conventional methods. However, for more pressing issues, things that would be pertinent to us, we will respond and respond quickly. If we do our jobs and do it right, we'll get more funding and we'll get more staff. We'll get more field teams, and hopefully we'll get this old clunker of a nuclear facility back online. But for now, unfortunately, it's just you five.
All right, you also mentioned the continental United States. So would that suggest to, or continental America, that suggests to me that we will not be vacationing in Hawaii then?
Maybe we will if we're in particularly good behavior.
Yeah, there's a lot of strange diseases that can be found there. Okay, so that suggests that there's another system of triage that's in place.
Yeah, that was explained to you. Out of character, that was...
Yeah, no, I know, but it both me and the doctor would been used to people saying, "Hey, you have support," and then you don't. So, as people kind of explain things multiple times, they'll often catch themselves out in what's actually being true or not. Sorry, there was something else, and then I just immediately lost it. So we will pretend there isn't anything else. I apologize.
All right. Well, Geist continues, clapping her hands together. Unless there's anything else, you can consider all of yourselves dismissed, and you are now going to be working under your individual supervisors. So, get on doing what you need to do in order to get our operations underway here. And everybody starts kind of shuffling. There's still, like meandering conversation. But, for the purposes of things, the meeting is over, and we now begin a 1 month long period from now until, a month from now, where you will be receiving individual training on certain things. You're going to be introduced to the idea of tradecraft. In fact, in the journal there, you should now all have access to the agent database. Everybody is an observer to that. So you should be able to see the stuff that is in there in terms of a pretty brief overview on the idea of tradecraft as it relates to this game. Much of it is just taken from the player's handbook, but condensed there in case you ever need to reference it while we're playing. So you're basically, that entire month, you're trained up on that particular type of thing, what you need to do as field agents for this organization, and some best practice type stuff. You're also introduced to some universal terms. Sorry, I haven't gotten all of those terms into the database yet, so you don't really have access to that. But it also isn't too terribly important yet to what you are doing. So, I asked all of you to have kind of a general idea of what you would be doing, but in this 1 month period while you were being trained on how to do your jobs properly, are there any other supplemental things that you were training on? I'm going to say that what that looks like is you can request to be trained in 2 things in order to get them up by 10 points, or you can be trained in 4 things to get them up by 5 points on your sheet, just so that you can get general training.
Where'd that tab go? I had the PDF up.
Remember that as far as things go, again, only Anderson and Shiro are weapons trained. Everybody else is generally trained in self-defense, so for those types of skills that you need for that, you can certainly train into them. But you will be given the equipment that you were also... You also had requested when we were talking outside of the game. So that will be gotten to you and be ready by the time we play next session as well.
Okay.
Based.
My bad. I'm opening the PDF and going to the special training page. Is that what you were... Can we just pick any of the stats to add? 5 to 4 or 10 to 2? Or is it just the ones specifically here for special training you were talking about?
Anything that's on screen. Like, you can get some special training and stuff, but if it's in the special training section, then you have to make a case for learning any of that.
Okay.
For everything else, it's just basically your general skills, everything from accounting to unarmed combat.
I feel like...
Oh no.
I forgot that Jason Keller's I forgot that his his image for his character sheet was the meme of the grown-up cat boy.
Yeah.
That was fucking funny.
Cat boy death.
Cat boy twink
Or-
death.
Twink death.
Oh god.
I mean, I pretty much know what I'm going to be training into.
In terms of like the standard play, how do we advance in this game?
What do you mean?
Like, we finish a
Like leveling?
mission, and then how does like any of our skills improve?
So it's mostly by milestone, and it depends on what
Okay.
you did in the investigation.
Okay.
Obviously, the more that you play, the more that you're going to have like a little bit more familiarity with the unknown and the unnatural. So
Yep.
that skill will increase depending upon what individual people do. But
Yep.
you know, say you got a lot of use out of your firearm that time. Like Shiro did a lot of shooting, so that skill might increase up to a maximum of 80. Or like there was a lot of forensics work that was done, and it was done successfully. You get better at forensics because you have experience in it. Stuff like that. I'll be making notes of it while we do investigations, but that's generally the gist of how it works. When we're in interlude periods between investigations, you can certainly try to train up a stat, but it takes time and effort to go up. And, you know, obviously there's hard caps at how good you can be at certain things, just because of who
What is-
your character is.
What is the hard cap?
Usually it's
skill by skill?
80, sometimes it can
Okay.
be as much as low as 60.
Okay, so the so picking first aid and medicine for my things to be trained up by 10, which are currently already at 80, is not a good plan.
No, you can't go above
Okay.
80 on any skill.
Okay, sounds good.
Or at least that's a homebrew rule that I'm having for those.
That makes sense based on the
Because there's also like there's stuff in game to like boost your chances as well. So like even with your 80 stat, you can go up to like 90 or even 100. So
Nice.
like mechanically speaking in the game, 80 is just kind of a sweet spot to cap people out at because it still allows for you to fail at something you're even good at. You know?
yes.
It allows you
Oh.
to be human because people can make mistakes in the heat of things going wrong.
Nope,
Really
definitely, I understand.
quick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Slight metagaming tangent. Do we have a face? Like, who's our most sociable character?
Probably me.
Probably yours.
Well, it's supposed to be Anderson, yeah.
Okay.
He's the federal agent of the group.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Like my character, I mean, I'm alright at that. My character's scores ain't really gonna reflect that though.
Yeah. And obviously, depending on who you're interacting with, is going to be like who's probably going to be doing most of the talking, right? Like if you're talking to doctors, Maxwell's probably going to be doing most of the talking to doctors. If you're talking to soldier, it might be Shiro.
Yeah.
That also depends sometimes.
Yeah.
Or if somebody's good at like, because you're doing these as like genuine investigations, so you're going to obviously have to interview victims of things as well. So you know somebody who maybe has like a softer touch might be better for that type of job as well. It all depends.
Put me in captain. I have a great bedside manner.
Yeah, I wouldn't categorize any of us as having a fucking gentle manner.
Well,
Yeah.
you better learn.
Yeah, I
say-
guess so.
I'm trying to decide between putting 10 in stealth and 10 in navigation to bring them both to 20, or 10 in stealth and 10 in athletics to take athletics to 40.
It's entirely up to you.
Yeah, all of my sciences are
But-
pretty good.
Generally speaking, not necessarily doing stat bonuses. What are all of you doing in this month-long period?
Oh, fair.
Are you actually asking us right now?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Try-
Yeah. So the primary things that I'm going to be doing, like I sent these messages, but I'm trying to get myself acquainted with the area, what kinds of things I can kind of find in the town, what the town kind of looks like, and just the general setup of the lab / operating room. Like the
Mhm.
not yeah. So
So
I'm.
Oh.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna like answer these questions as they come.
yeah.
For the facilities that you had mentioned in DMs,
Mhm.
and like, there's now been an ad hoc parking lot that's been made at the facility, and there's plenty of cars to park there to sort of sell this whole idea of like, this is actually a completely normal business that people work at. Thank you, not a weird paranormal conspiracy. You're
Mhm.
able to like sign out a car and use it for your own personal business during your own personal time on your days off, and you can go into town and you find pretty readily the type of facilities that you were looking for are in town. It's not it's not a small town, but it's also not, you know, like a big, like this place doesn't have like a suburbs or some shit, you know. It's very much like, you know,
Yeah.
a full-sized in the middle of nowhere American town. It's self-sufficient, self-sustaining, well, kind of, you know. You know what I mean, right? That, like, nothing is really self-sufficient, but you get what I mean. Like, it has everything it needs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing something like the size of Pigeon Forge without it being like a tourist trap kind of place.
Yeah. But think of like oh god. No, I don't want to name drop specific places. That feels a little inappropriate, but you know what I mean when I'm saying it.
Okay. I'm also going to make sure that whatever car I find some kind of like red small car. I'm gonna get a bumper sticker that says my other ride is a UFO and put it on the car that I like to use.
So you get away with that for a few days until somebody notices it, and then you know, you get like a stern talking to from somebody, and you being who you are, you like really dismiss it until Geist shows up and is like, "You really can't be doing that, you fucking idiot."
No one's gonna suspect it if it's that obvious.
Yeah.
Obviously a joke.
You should then change it to my other ride is the Millennium Falcon.
There we go. Yeah,
There you go.
that's funny.
It's just a sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
Moving on from Maxwell, Anderson, what are you doing in this month-long period of time?
So I'm still hurt, right?
Yeah, you're still healing from that wound. You've gotten some proper medical treatment in the time that you've been on base. Between Maxwell and Adler, you know, they've been able to do a good. They've been able to do good by you, and you are well on the way of healing. By the time that the month is over, you have a wound that has healed almost completely and has left a gnarly scar.
Sweet. Should I put my health points back up? Because I was at 4.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. Alright, let me do that right now then. I guess the main thing though that I'd be doing because of that, I really wouldn't want to be doing too much. Like I don't want to make it worse during that month. Still towards the end. I'd probably just be getting acquainted with the local town, what there is to do, area around the base.
On
just
top
in
of
case
the
we ever have to run.
training that you're doing.
Yeah, I would just be getting used to the local. That way, I'm not getting loony in that base. I'd probably be going like if I'm assuming there's like movie theaters, bars, restaurants, getting acquainted with all that.
To prevent suspicion, all of you get your own individual vehicle.
Yeah, that will make sense.
Yeah. So you do have like ample opportunity, like everybody else, to get acquainted with the town that you are at. There's a really nice bar in town. It's a local place. It's not one of those like. It's kind of set up almost like an old lodge, but it's not so like, you know, private club and stuffy type thing. It's more like a pub feel to it.
Yeah, I mean I'd be going there a lot, I guess.
Yeah,
watching the sports ball.
Watching the sports ball, which is of particular interest to you. So hell yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, Keller, what are you doing this month?
Mainly, I'm going to be at least practicing with a handgun. Just as a way of like, I need some sort of self-defense. And because I've kind of been out of, with everything going on in my background, I haven't really been able to keep up with what the cybersecurity world has really, if it has had any major advancements.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna like kind of just hunker down in the cybersecurity area and probably talk to that guy who's the head of cybersecurity and get all caught up and hopefully learn more.
Okay.
So probably
you-
just do, like, if we're talking stat wise, I'd do like 10 handguns, 10 computer science.
Okay. What's your computer science at right now?
60.
Yeah, you can get both of those up by 10.
Oh, I didn't
Cool.
tell you. I didn't tell you what I was gonna go up by 10. 'Cause
I
we
mean,
get,
if you
we
don't
go-
have an answer, you don't have to. But if you do, yeah, what is it?
Oh, sorry. I'll let Sun finish.
That's pretty much it for me. Really, I would just be either doing that or familiarizing myself around the base.
Okay. Is Anderson or Shiro helping you learn how to use a handgun?
That's a good question.
It is a good question.
I'm liable to fucking shoot you, but I'll do it.
Good. Because my answer was gonna be no.
I will ask Anderson first.
No.
Cool. I'll ask Shiro.
Yes, I'll help Keller fucking.
It's like going to
Thank
dad
you.
and then going to mom and then going back to dad. It's like
Anderson's kind of being a dick, and I don't know what I said.
Don't worry, buddy. We'll get you. We'll teach you not to shoot yourself in the hand.
I just want you guys to like me.
No.
Oh God!
that's so sad.
I take back
Bless you.
everything I said. I don't want to shoot him anymore. He's our little buddy.
For now.
He's like
He's
now.
just a
45.
little guy.
Yeah, I'll help.
I'm just saying, if we're all putting our lives on the line, it'd be nice if we all had to liked each other enough to want to help each other.
Yes, I will help you learn how to not shoot yourself in the foot.
I
So
appreciate
playing
it.
this-
Thank you.
And playing the sympathy card.
Oh, man.
He's gonna
what the
poison
drugs
me
are
with
for.
peach cobbler otherwise.
And probably just thinking about my family.
Aw. In that month
Oh,
period,
I did want to follow up on if there were any programs that I could help pay my kids through college with me doing this job. If there's like any kind of benefits program.
You ask around, and that leads to a private conversation with Geist. And you propose to her what you would like to do, and she smiles and reminds you that had always been on the table, and she could certainly help you with your family matters.
I have some really awkward phone calls to make.
That you have to do on your own.
I know.
Damn it.
I leave, and pretty much that's going to be my month.
Alright. Tillman, what are you up to?
Making sure laboratory setup goes smoothly for one, but also like a couple of weeks is probably when family will be showing up. I'll be regularly keeping in touch with them, making sure the move goes safe. Before they show up, I will want to examine the area, make sure like schools in the area are up and everything. Definitely with this whole thing being a cover up for the program and everything, I don't doubt that the facilities are top tier considering all of our families are going to be nearby and everything. They say that I'll be able to live there and then like come back to the base daily for work or whatever, and obviously I'll have to travel with the group when we go out of state or whatever.
Yes.
But like, you know, I would go make sure the spot is cool, get anything that's like repaired or replaced or looked at that needs to be, you know, plumbing, AC, HVAC, all that kind of shit, roof,
Yeah.
etc. Crawl space,
You're doing
termites.
dad stuff.
Yeah, doing dad shit for like a month solid.
Mm-hmm.
Also, with the point allocation, I think I am going to do another 10 in athletics
Mm-hmm.
and stealth, and just say bro was working out the whole time.
Bro was working out. He's got more control of his body. Go for it. What was your
So
athletics
usually-
beforehand, by the way?
Athletics was 30 before, and I added 10, and stealth was 10 before, and I'm adding 10.
Yeah, okay. I'd say both of those are pretty good.
And
Yeah, that works.
Oh, for my point allocation, I guess the one thing I'll add that way I wasn't just only going to the town. I'll do 10 in forensics and what was the other one? Criminology. So I guess like I was just studying up on criminal
Okay.
justice stuff.
Yeah, you're spending a lot of time with like Adler and a lot of the intelligence people to, you know, freshen up on some ideas. Some of them are actually kind of surprised that you weren't a field agent in the FBI. And you know, they like let you know some things they know from their time either working in the organization or within working at their previous places of employment before they learned that the sky was a very more disturbing shade of blue.
Nice. All right, and those were 30 and 40 respectively. So I'm
Yeah,
assuming that's
that
good.
definitely
All right,
works. Like I said, for a lot of those skills, you'll probably get capped out at 60 eventually. Yeah. Oh, for now, it's all good. All good. Tillman, as far as your stuff goes, you get to be very domestic for that month. And that's kind of allowed. Your role within the organization as a field agent is basically just you're the science guy. So it's you kind of know a lot of what you already need to know. You go to like, you know, you treat the thing as like your 9 to 5. But you get like, you know, a luxurious 4-day week to work. So you know you have a lot of time off to like spend with your kids, look around the schools in the area, get your kids enrolled and shit. It's the summer, so you know it's not happening yet, so there's plenty of time for that. Making sure the house is in order, getting everybody moved, and just being a dad.
A 4-day work week is crazy.
Yeah. Alrighty, Shiro, what are you doing for a month?
I'm kind of doing. Sorry, one second.
All good.
I'm also scoping out the local area, but I'm focusing more on the base security. You know, like the actual physical security measures on the outskirts, as well as try to get in with the security team to understand security systems and whatnot.
Okay.
And as for the point, and I'm also helping Keller learn how to not shoot himself in the foot.
Yeah.
So far, so good, Cap.
So far, so good as he loads bullets in backwards.
Yeah. You do manage to like you get access to like the actual like in the mountain base. Like you can temporarily use it for a shooting range because of the sound dampening and everything else. You're reminded that shooting ranges are like vented and all that other kind of stuff, and that you have to do something with like the bullets that you expend and everything else. You kind of wave that away. You set up some ad hoc targets with some junk that's lying around in the warehouse, and you spend a distressing few days teaching Keller how to operate a firearm effectively, and like you start doing like, here's some things you're gonna have to know. You're gonna have to know how to like load your weapon under duress and all that other kind of stuff. It very quickly becomes like oh, we need to just get you feeling
you
okay with a firearm.
Every time he flags you, you lose 1 sanity.
Yeah, basically. Basically.
Dog.
Yeah, no, he flagged you once, and then everybody asked
I
like
went to
why
state
Keller.
college. I don't know why you're surprised.
You just see me. You just see me in the fucking background, phasing into a set of camis with a fucking Smokey Bear on. Just like...
Did you ever see that 45-second reaction that a drill instructor would have if they got flagged?
Yeah.
Only you can prevent negligent discharges.
That's why my wife left me.
But...
Oh God.
That's my secret dark backstory, everybody. I'm sorry I had to come up like this.
On a side note related to this, as we're using the mountain facility to teach Keller how to not kill himself or others that he doesn't intentionally want to kill, I'm also scoping out the layout of the facility, as well as